Hello and welcome to Dork Tales. This is generic fantasy setting number 17735, season 2, episode 10. I'm your dungeon master Kelly, and tonight we are continuing with the campaign The Shards of Nirn. To give you a little bit of background, what's happened since the prologue, the characters have been traveling on their way to meet Edagon the Wise, and as such, they have been going around doing good deeds and trying to make some money and learn a little more about their world as they go. Recently, they traveled to a town known for its platinum veins, as well as the gold dragon that has stepped in to micromanage the town. This town is called Onion because it was formerly an onion-producing region. Since then, they approached the dragon, only to find that someone had spiked his sacrificial offerings with an allergen that is deadly to dragons. Unfortunately, this did work on the ancient gold dragon, but it also worked on the party's friend Fera, who fell into a deep slumber aided by Malia's prayers. As the group was panicking, they came across the priest that had given them a bunch of guff in previous times, a trickster priest named Jalos, who decided to help them out in exchange for providing them with something from a dungeon that existed, or a fallen temple that is, that existed underneath the town of Onion. He would tell the characters how to cure the dragon nettle poisoning. The characters descended down, making friends with a mercenary dwarf named, remind me of his name, his last name is Warforge, his first name is Catamus Warforge, of a disgraced dwarven clan, and they have proceeded through this temple where they have found a bunch of creepy, weird things from this ancient dead god that nobody has ever heard of. Formerly, just so you're aware of going in, this is a goddess of beauty, this is a goddess of new beginnings, purity, and all of the baggage that implies, and a number of other things that they are slowly learning. And with that, why don't we cut to the main cast and have everybody introduce themselves. Boop.
Hi, I'm Winter. I'm playing Mars. Today I'm sitting here.
Let's try that one more time.
Oh no, is it not working?
No, I had the volume lowered.
Muted.
Alright, so let's go back to you.
Hi, I'm Winter. I play Mars, the Tiefling Rogue, and tonight I'm sitting here.
It's true.
Yeah. What is this?
I don't know.
It's magic.
She
Stole my
spot.
Winter has to take a phone call in a bit, so she might be getting up occasionally through game. So we've got her on the end. The door out is right there.
Alright, hello. I am Amy, and I am playing Tia Armstrong, the half-orc druid.
Hi, I'm Christine, and I'm playing Malia Sunsworn, the Dwarven Tempest Cleric. I was trying to think of the order in which to say that.
The Tempest Cleric of
like, wait.
Dwarves.
Too many words here.
The
Tempest Cleric of Hammers.
cleric.
And lightning.
Yes. Which, talking
And big
about
boomers.
things that are cool, I am Mike, and I'm playing the other cool dude, Zeno. Is an Opera right wing. He is our half-elf ranger, and he likes to really mess stuff up at range, but dies every time he gets up close to something.
I feel I'm so sad that I'm sitting far away from my partner in crime.
This might actually make things
This is
better.
probably good.
Long range, short range. We both died the other way
Well, it's like
around.
when it's like those kids in the classroom that can't sit next to each other, they always get moved apart.
Yeah.
That's us.
We're the buffer.
Our characters are both
children.
allergic to daylight and people.
It's true. It's true.
We hide in bushes.
They are not vampires, surprisingly enough.
It's true.
For once.
I'm just going to pop everybody on the board now. So tonight we are using our handy-dandy dungeon cam.
Ooh.
For those of you who are watching.
Hashtag.
I love the dungeon cam.
The dungeon cam's really, really, really swell.
You should do Dungeon Cam TM.
Dungeon PL, like after dark?
No, Dungeon Cam TM, but it's not trademarked.
I could trademark this.
We should.
It's the Fungeon cam. Thank you. That's what I mean.
Fungeon Cam!
Oh, speaking of which,
More like the fudging
you
cam.
get an inspiration, and you get an inspiration, and you get an inspiration, and you get an inspiration.
This is really aggressive this
I'm
time!
sure that sounded fantastic to chat when that hit
Sorry,
my
chat.
microphone.
Rapid fire, inspire.
Rapid fire inspired.
Viewers, you are all inspired at home.
Inspired.
And by that we mean
We don't know what we mean.
No, we
Let's
don't
be
know.
honest. We're
Yeah.
pretty confused. It's
Hashtag
Wednesday night.
rapid
The
fire
best
fire.
part about running Dungeons
Should
and
be
Dragons
good.
on a Wednesday
Should be like
night for a
something we
stream is that you're completely out of your mind when you're doing it.
Yeah.
Guess who had to have 3 shots of espresso to wake up tonight?
Oh no.
Because work was miserable.
Both of
Work
you?
is always miserable, right?
I was exhausted. It was
I-
awful.
I cut myself with my nail today
Don't do that.
because they're so sharp.
Don't do that.
You're the ones who's got daggers on the ends of your
I
fingers.
know, they're great. I love them.
And I
God.
think, don't you have one that has a constellation on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty
Oh,
fantastic.
what?
All right. So,
But,
if anybody
yeah,
has
those
any
suckers are
problems with
And
the
they're red
audio,
underneath.
please let us know
Oh.
immediately so that we
So,
can correct it before it records.
Louboutin nails.
Yep. Alright.
All right. Last time, a generic fantasy setting, you progressed further into the dungeon, into the ancient temple of Yshar. You have a little handmade map there. So you progressed through priest chambers where you found a number of bodies of mummified priest corpses, where the heads had been slowly and sinuously torn off of their frames, their eyes melding into a single oblong shape in the center of their forehead, devouring their nasal cavity. You fought some of these things, and even fought a couple of little flyy things that kind of look like this.
The fly things got messed up pretty
They
quick.
got wrecked quick, but there's still time.
Yes.
But then we met a bigger one.
And then you met...
And then I got messed up quick.
yeah, because you fought a golem.
Yes.
And with that, you also found a room with a hidden paint room that had an ex-acolyte that had a bunch of diary entries on them,
Yes.
where you learned that the damage and devastation done to this temple appears to be by an ancient red dragon way back in the day who had been called to the temple when things started getting strange and perverse. You went through another door and entered a main corridor, a large entrance hallway with a series of undulating, cascading steps that lead down to a caved-in entranceway. The entire room is blackened, singed, sooted. And as you look inside of the room, you can see that even the stone here, the sandstone quartz that the area is made of, has been charred and melted by what can only be dragonfire. With that, we're going to continue game. So, looking around the room, you can see that there.
Oh. Last game, we figured that like it was a tapestry or something saying like red dragon? Like
Yes.
the lore?
Yeah.
It is an ancient red dragon named Kellen Zarnak.
And it was referred to as a worm.
Yes.
And so when we were in it, when we went into the room, we were like, "Oh, it was a young dragon." And then we look, and Xeno's
The
like,
great red worm, yeah.
"Yeah," and Xeno's just
I have
like,
to re-listen to that song, "The Bird and the
Yeah.
Worm," and see if it works. Do you remember it at all?
Burning worm?
Bird and the Worm.
No. After.
After.
You work with kids, so you probably hear that a lot.
No,
It's
it's
not a
like
kid song?
it's like a rockish kind of angsty song. So
So-
I can't play
so
it
a
for the
kid song.
kids.
So it's definitely, it's like,
Not for 7-year-olds.
are you sure?
everything's for 7-year-olds if you try hard enough and
Honestly,
keep it
the
legal.
number of children
I
who
didn't
keep
want
coming
to have
in
to
to
qualify
buy like
that, but yeah.
things from like watching it who were like, oh, it's Pennywise, and you're like, I love Pennywise, and you're like,
You mean
What?
daddy wise? Why is that a thing?
No.
Why?
Why did you even say that?
Why would you say that?
Because the internet.
The internet's terrible.
The
In fact,
internet
just
also
because
thinks
you read
that
it on the
E is a
internet doesn't mean
meme.
you need to say
I have read one of those fan fiction, in fact, and was just like,
why.
That's just
Because
wrong.
that's what she does with her spare time.
and also I'm preparing for
That's true.
ToskinoCon.
That's
Right?
true, that's true.
Fanfic Hell's gonna come up.
That's
And I
true.
need material. And
Oh,
not
yeah,
doing it last
I
minute night
I need
before.
some daddy wise stuff for
Oh,
Sakino.
no.
Okay, I'll see what I can find.
Oh,
You should
oh,
say
I'll make a note of that.
Oh, it's awful. It's gonna be awful.
Okay.
I'm so stoked.
All
I'll
right.
deliver pizza to you again.
That sounds great. Okay, so
And get accosted by the dude at the door.
We will discuss this during our break.
Yeet.
So, as you step into the room, you can see that it is completely charred. The walls beginning to melt from an intense gout of flame. Even looking around, so many thousand years after, you can tell the directional scorch marks This was a cone effect, branching out from a single point and expanding in a wide, swooping arc. Looking around the room, you can see that there were 3 entrances besides the one that you're at. Directly ahead of you is a single door leading to, could be anywhere. To the right is a pair of double doors. No, next one up.
Like up in here?
Actually, can someone toss me that extra laser pointer?
Nope.
Well, we tried.
So you have moved into this room.
Oh,
That one. Oh.
Nice.
Gotcha.
So, let's go ahead and look on the map real quick. So, ahead of you can see that there is a double-sided door, or pardon me, a double door, leading potentially into the room that was blocked off in the priest's chamber. The math would make sense. This is a single door leading opposite to where you're entering from. There are pillars along here, half melted and charred off, barely supporting the sloping roof. And at the bottom here was once the main entrance to this temple, you imagine. A series of waving stairs in sequential circles leads downward to a mass of granite and sharp stone and fungus that forms a thick wall. Ahead of you on the ground, you can see there is a destroyed iron man standing almost 12 feet tall, covered in dust and soot. His eye sockets melted from within. And as you enter, you will also see a half-formed, mostly melted version of the same, standing in the center of the room, perfectly still.
Is there a way to take a look and see if they are actually statues, or if there's something that gives away that they used to be people but under a spell effect?
Well, he's frozen like a statue, but I would say that this one looks exactly like the metal man on the ground. Do you want to investigate the one? Let me just put something down to represent that guy.
Yeah.
Broken thing. Yeah, it's not 12 feet tall, but it'll do.
That'll do, DM. That'll do.
That'll do.
I can roll an investigation.
Yes, you can.
18.
18. So looking at it, you can see that there is a broken sword in this thing's hand.
Okay.
It looks like it was shattered by extreme force. There are shards of metal laying around the ground. And this creature has hinges. It has actual joints. This isn't just a statue, or if it was, it's a statue that can be mobile.
Kind of like Tin Man from Wizard of Oz.
Actually, this reminds you of the same type of technology that you fought in Valley Hut, the mechanical spider.
Spider. Ooh. I'll say that thought aloud to you guys.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Huh.
Huh.
Hey, Cadamus leans forward and looks down. It's a shield guardian. A golem of sorts.
Let's try not to wake them just in case.
How do you animate a golem?
With a lot of work.
Magic? Is it just a spell, or is it more of a ritual?
It's a very high level spell.
Aye. You need a lot to do it. Magic and something to power it. Shield guardians are fairly weak as far as they go.
Would you say this one's expired?
This one's expired. I'm not so sure about that one down the hole, though. It's still got an arm. It's still upright. Usually they fall over. They're not particularly well weighted. Especially not when half their body's destroyed. Look at the damage on its thigh.
Mm-hmm.
Can I look at it from here and see, does it have any jewels like the spider did?
You talking about the one on the ground or the one...
The one standing upright.
You can make me a perception roll.
Okay. Ten.
The one on the ground does not, as you're glancing at it, but the one ahead of you does have a large gem in the center of its chest. The one on the ground in front of you, you'll quickly glance at it, and it's close enough, you don't need to roll. It's laying face up, and where there's a slot for a gem, like a diamond-shaped hole in its chest, you can see there's bits of gem material around it.
But
almost,
it's clearly been broken.
yeah, just like sugar around or salt around the rim of a margarita, almost, right? It's just hanging to the edge from where it's exploded from within.
Actually, being able to see the one nearest us, does that cavity where the gem goes look like it's really holding onto it, or does it look like something that could necessarily be broken with like an arrow? Like, does that look like somewhere you should be aiming for on a golem?
Maybe.
Okay.
Are margaritas really the metaphor? Yes. It's Wednesday night. I want margaritas. And to be the metaphor I use. But salt around the rim of a glass, basically. It's just that crystalline formation around the rim.
Okay.
And you would also notice that the one on the ground, aside from a little bit of dust, it's worth maybe a gold. It's probably worthless to you as a gem cutter. However, that other one, if you're told about that, you might get greedy. Who knows?
Do I know anything else about golems? Because I remember I rolled last time for the stone one.
For the clay one?
Or clay one, yeah.
So this is a shield guardian. So this is a golem's kind of a bad term for this.
I can roll again. Like Arcana or something?
Terracotta soldier.
Much closer, yeah. Why don't you go ahead and give me a... So you can do Arcana or you can do History.
Either one.
Okay.
No. That's 5.
So you're going to assume the same things you know with golems, that they are created by a master, set with a series of basic commands, and they usually have a kill switch somewhere.
So probably popping that stone out.
Have you tried turning it on and off?
I think that one on the floor is already off, lass.
I don't know, it's spooky.
Well, if that other one starts moving, probably the key will be to break or pop out that gem. Much like the spiders.
So aim there.
Or spider, yes, yeah.
We could probably get across the room if we're quick enough. These things aren't omniscient.
Alright. Well, let's try and stay as far away from it as we can.
Which way do we go?
Probably, if that looks like the main entrance, then probably through the double doors.
Is there anything that looks like it could be like a triggered trap? Like something that if we step on, it might wake it up?
Give me a perception roll.
16.
No. It doesn't appear. But what you will notice in this soot, in this decades and, well, centuries and centuries and millennia of compiled dust and debris, there are a few clear footsteps leading from one door to the other.
Fairly new.
You would say compared to the rest that's on the ground, absolutely. It's crushing down a significant amount of matter. Like you'd say if the rest of it's been there for 1,000 years, this is within the last 20. So all of that compiled dust and debris has been squashed.
Okay.
And nothing has been filled in.
Okay. So I don't know about our other friends that are down this way, but it looks like at least in the immediate 10, 20 years, there's been some footprints through here too. See? They're fresh. They're right on top of it all.
Tia's gonna take a look at that, actually. See if she can glean anything more from that.
Okay. You're going to approach?
Yeah.
All right. How are you approaching?
This
The
is...
graffiti?
Seems like we're trying to approach quietly, based on what...
It's up to you.
I'm just gonna try and approach quietly.
Why don't you have me stealth roll, please?
I rolled a 3. I should never try doing stealth on any of my characters ever, apparently, because I keep failing these rolls.
Yes,
anyway,
you do.
that's a 4.
Okay.
So,
All right. So go ahead and give me an investigation roll.
okay. That dice is...
Already retired a dice tonight.
That one's a 1. My new dice is a 1.
It doesn't
They
like
are
you.
pretty though.
They are pretty, right?
And
Yeah,
I cast
you
something.
that's
Pretty
two.
bitchy.
Okay. So, you step forward, and as you do, the floor is coated with a significant amount of dust and debris, like I've said, and you don't anticipate exactly how much. As you step forward, you'll put your feet in one of those footprints, measuring out the size. It's a bit smaller than yours, actually, but not terribly smaller. Something about this, in fact, as you step in, your foot will sink down an extra half. And you'll think, it's a very light footstep for something so wide. Probably elven. They have notoriously light steps. But as you take another step, you didn't realize that the undercoating of this portion of the floor appeared to be some type of oil or lubricant that had leaked out of the shield guardian. And you will slip and fall on the shield guardian with a bang as your sword clatters into it. Clang, clang, clang. And why don't we move you right about here? Okay, and can I get an initiative roll?
Hi.
That's okay, we needed it.
Oh, I'm gonna try one of my new dice. Oh,
Okay.
I mean that's not bad. 17.
Oh, shield guardian, how I wanted to use you for a while.
5. Hi.
Alright, I'll call for initiative in just a sec. Alright, above 20. Alright, above 15. Okay,
18.
18?
17.
Okay.
So I think you go first.
So
So I
I think
have
this
higher
was Malia's actual reaction.
Probably. Yeah, you have the higher initiative.
Alright.
Okay.
Let's see. So what and then it's going to be
Oh.
12. So 14, 13, 12.
We both got 5, but I have the higher
You
initiative.
both got 5.
Wait,
Okay.
she rolled 1, but yeah.
It doesn't count here.
Doesn't count.
High initiative,
It's like
buddies.
his
Yes.
calories don't count.
My
Alright.
6 to the mod is amazing.
Okay.
Yeah, I only have 1, but I keep rolling fairly
So
well.
Malia, let's start off the combat with you.
Okay. So she crashes, and what do I see from there? Does it
All
start
right,
moving?
What you will see is, actually, you'll hear it before you see it. The sound of grinding metal on metal.
Okay.
And this thing will start to turn in your direction. Its eyes flaring to light with arcane light.
How far away am I from it?
You are 2, 4, 6. You are 30 feet away.
Okay, I'm gonna move up 10 feet,
Okay.
and I want to stay fairly near that pillar because that's not up against a wall, is it?
It is against the
Okay.
wall.
Cool. And I'm gonna fling my hammer at the chest thing.
Are you trying to directly hit the gem?
Yes.
Okay, so you're going to be rolling with disadvantage,
Okay.
but go ahead. You may use your inspiration to balance it out.
I was gonna say I'm gonna spend my inspiration to just get a normal die.
Nice.
Oh,
Right.
yeah. What? So she remembers, like, basically thinks along the same lines as the clay golem for this, based on my rolls.
You think so, it was just made of metal.
Okay, I'm also going to cast Spiritual Weapon as a bonus action because that thing was frickin' hard.
You might as well.
So I'm gonna hit it with both of those.
Okay, so one will have disadvantage, one will have advantage.
And
Okay.
If you can, you
So
can.
I'll roll the regular hammer regularly. Nope. And nope.
Alright, so both of them will sail out, and as they do, you are going to bring down your hammer, but this thing basically has small bucklers built into its wrists, and reflexively, even though it only has one arm remaining, will raise its arm and block, deftly parrying your hammer off of its shield arm. It's going to turn with a click, clack, click, clack, click, clack, click, clack, click, clack. And it's going to be Xeno.
This is within an hour of our last combat, right?
Yes.
No, because we rested.
You did a full Yeah,
We rested,
Yes.
yeah.
Barricaded things.
yeah, but
and
you didn't
rested.
fight the flump because he's your
No.
friend.
Exactly. Alright, so I'm gonna... oh, that means spell slots reset too,
You
right?
did, yes.
Neat. So I'm gonna put Hunter's Mark up on him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool. That means
because-
that Michael can drink because when he watches this, it's like He has a drinking game with your hunter's mark.
Oh my god.
Alright, go on.
Alright, so 3 attacks.
We should add spiritual weapon to that too, because that's becoming my go-to spell.
It's true.
Sure.
3 attacks, plus -5 to hit, plus 10 damage.
You're going to do that one?
I'm gonna do that one.
Alright, here's where you botch.
Don't bot.
Oh.
Oh shit.
Okay, well one of them botched.
Did it?
Yes.
Shit.
One of them botched. But the other ones. One of them botched.
What are you?
But the other ones are both well over 20.
Okay. Alright.
All
So
right.
that's going to be fun.
Yes.
Okay, sorry, I was just double checking my volume there. Alright, there we go. Now I'm back where I need to be. Alright,
Alright.
so one of them botches?
Yes.
Okay. What did the other ones get?
The other ones were both over 20.
Okay.
Like 25 and 27.
Okay, so that's going to hit for sure. This is the one that botches, however.
How do you want me to roll those?
I want you to... roll me full damage on all of them, and just keep that first one separate. Keep the botch separate, and roll the rest, and there are 5 of us, so I will roll a d6.
Alright, so I'm gonna roll the botch. No, I'm gonna roll my normal stuff, and then I'll roll the botch.
Alright, so who's number 1?
Doing this?
Okay. You want to start with numbers? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You got lost less than 5? What?
Oh, we're talking about initiative.
No, don't worry about it.
Nope.
Okay, I'll start with the botch numbers. Okay, so
He's messing with their
Really?
heads.
that's gonna be 20. No, that's gonna be 36.
Is that an explosive arrow?
No, that is a normal arrow.
Okay.
What?
How many hit points do you
That was a silver arrow.
have? How many hit points do you have?
How many hit points do I have? 41.
Cool. You now have 5. So your first arrow, you're going to fire it directly point blank into this thing, and it is going to return the arrow with another swipe of its arm, and it's going to reflect and punch directly into your chest.
Nice. All right, so there's that. Plus side.
Groaning over the bubbling blood pouring down the front of your chest cavity, you will take aim and fire twice more, doing how much damage?
We got 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 35. 35 plus 15 is 50. So 50.
No, thank you.
And that was
can
with
be alone
silver, because I remember I'm like, oh, it's probably a golem, it's probably a magical arrow.
That sounds good. So you are going to...
Oy vey.
you are going to collide twice into its frame, and you are going to see your arrows punch directly into its frame and rattle around, and you'll hear the sound of your arrows being ground away by internal gears.
Well,
But
shit.
then a screeching, horrible noise as some of the gears begin to gum up from the newly introduced silver and wood.
Meanwhile, I'm just like, oh god!
All right.
I'm holding on to an arrow in my chest.
My movement speed is 30, so...
I'm even managing to
shit.
kill
I
myself.
can't quite reach you. Okay, so Tia, you are the purple dice. Christine, you are the pink dice.
Yikes. Okay.
This might be some of the first damage
How
I've taken
big
in
is this
weeks.
guy?
He is
Like
12 feet tall.
This is the
The ceiling is 20 feet, so he's got some room. All
Yeah,
right.
you're trying to keep me from getting hit.
Amy,
great.
Yes.
15.
Is what?
Is that a hit?
For my AC? Yes.
Okay, and Christine, 18.
Yeah, that Matt.
Okay, well,
God damn it.
could be worse. All right.
Oh, Vela, damn this bloody thing.
Oh god.
Damn.
Oh, is it
Alright.
within 5 feet of me now?
Yes, it is. Tia, it's going to lurch toward you, and with one arm is going to punch into you for 8 points of bludgeoning damage. Reverse its grip and smash it across Malia's jaw for a total of 12 points of damage.
Okay, it needs to make a dex saving throw.
All right, it's going to do its best. How about a 2?
How about no?
Okay.
It takes 16 damage, because I'm also going to spend my Channel Divinity to force that to be lightning.
That sounds fantastic.
Actually, no, it's going to be thunder damage. Nope, lightning, I was right, sorry. It's called Thunderbolt Strike, but it is lightning damage.
Okay. Well, yeah.
Is this a large or small? Large creature?
He's large.
Okay, cool. It gets pushed back 10 feet
Okay.
by the lightning bolt that strikes it in the chest.
Nice.
All right, so it's going to be pushed back to there, which is fantastic. If something's pushed back, that technically means it leaves a threatened area.
But this is part of a reaction.
It may still count because.
Well, I'm going to give Tia a swipe.
Okay.
Ooh, I'm gonna guess.
So you used a reaction to push it, which is going to open it for Tia. Because I'm going to say that your reaction was probably
Well,
spent.
my reaction was actually wrath. But the Thunderbolt Strike happens that if I deal lightning damage,
That's fair.
I can push it back as
Okay,
well.
well, I'll say that was your basically attack of opportunity,
Okay.
and that Tia is going to get a chance to swipe at it as well.
Sure, I'm going to. I'm gonna try and stabby.
Okay,
Mr.
go ahead.
Stabby?
Considering me.
And how much damage was that, Christine?
16.
16. Okay.
Okay.
Nice. This is going better than I was expecting.
I wonder if I'm gonna die again.
Please don't.
All right, so as
Does
Tia takes a swipe,
That's a 21 to hit.
that is a hit.
And it does 7. It hits for 7 damage, but it's a
Fantastic.
scimitar plus 1.
So 8.
So I think no, that's 7. Because I only have a plus 1 to my strength and dexterity.
Okay. All right. So as this thing is pushed back by a sudden thunderclap, you will swing in, and Tia's scimitar will slash a gaping hole in the center of its metallic chest. And you don't need to tell Cadamus twice. He is going to use this opportunity to rush in. And 5, 10, 15. Just tip it around the side. And that is going to be 2 hits with a short sword. Or no, he's just using the Warhammer right now, so that's 2d10s. I always get confused because I look at the mini I picked for him, and it's like, yes.
Hey, Kelly. When you're done.
Just one moment. Cool. He's going to rush forward, and with the hammer that he was loaned, kneecap this thing as hard as he can, and then slam into the cut part of its gullet. And that is going to be a total of 5, 10, 17 damage.
Nice.
All right. And yes, Mike, what do you want?
I'm gonna be the kid who tells the teacher about homework. I forgot to add my bonus damage to my hit against myself.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it?
I'm going to assume that that was negated from the swipe.
Okay. Okay, because I was gonna
Thank you
say...
for telling me about your homework.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that would be another 15 points and I would have just killed myself.
All right.
Which would be
and
hilarious.
You don't die. You would just be in death saves again, which is basically you should buy a vacation home in death saves because you're there so often.
I'm pretty sure I'm basically standing right next to you too, so it would just be a thing of.
As I'm going down.
It's like a macro for years.
Where are the dying?
Alt F2.
You just slap them. Be like,
Exactly.
slap, wake up. Don't die.
Mars, what do you do?
So he was pushed back.
He was pushed back. Cadamus is just to the side of him.
Is there a way for me to sneak past in any way, or will I be going into his squares that he can just like reaction attack?
You can make me an acrobatics roll. Oh, actually, do you have...
Please say acrobatics again.
Yes, I did. Acrobatics.
Good. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. 17.
That is enough to get through. All right, so you're going to be able to get to where you are flanking him.
Sweet.
And he's not immune to sneak attack, so
It's not immune.
I know. He's immune to poisoning. I figured I'd give you that one for free. He's a construct.
Good to
He
know.
doesn't eat or drink much.
That's
He's too worried about his body.
So now I have him flanked in between me and Cadmus.
Yeah.
Gonna
there's
go
a-
in with my, my double.
Mm.
Where did it go? Oh, I need to roll this one again. So,
I'm guessing the red one is your dagger.
yeah. And I'm color coding them so I can look at which one's which
Oh,
with
that's
each
clever.
one.
Good, good.
6, 1, 3.
We're getting smarter the more we play this game. All of us. It's great.
Does a
Yes.
13 hit?
13 does not hit.
Okay, so the dagger misses. But does a 19 hit?
19 hits. So I had to play your sneak attack to that one, and give me hell.
Killing Mars.
6. That's a 12. That's a 16. That's a 3. So that puts me at 19.
19?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's going to happen? How are you dealing this damage? Where are you dealing it to? Just trying to take out its legs or something? Because you have its flank and back
What's been
exposed.
damaged on it completely? Like it's.
The left leg, the left arm is completely melted off. The left leg, chest, and stomach have taken a lot of damage since you started fighting it. But the the right,
It didn't have.
the left arm was completely melted off before it started the fight. And
Okay.
both of its legs look like they're in pretty bad shape with a lot of melting damage.
Yeah. I go in right for like the joints of the behind the knees.
Okay. And with the damage that Cadmus did to the left leg, your pierce to the right one is going to cause a wrenching noise of tearing metal, and this creature is going to fall forward onto its thigh joint, collapse to the ground. Actually, I need that one moment while Cadmus makes a dex save.
Oh yeah, that's good.
It was almost a nat 20, but it's a 14, so he's going to be able to jump out of the way as this falls to the ground with a cacophonous clash. And it is still moving on its stomach and will start clawing at the floor toward where Tia is standing in front of it about 10 feet. It just is clawing and trying to drag itself forward. Its eyes are flickering. Tia, you're up.
I'm gonna cast Melf's Acid Arrow. It needs to do a Constitution saving throw.
All right,
And-
I got an
Did it-
8.
8? Oh, 8 fails. So, then, I'm going to roll, and I'm casting this at 3rd level. Spell slot 3rd level, so it's going to be immediately taking 5d4 of acid damage.
You know what? You can roll that, and I suggest you should roll it for fun. But do you want to just tell me how it happens?
Well, that's...
Intruder.
It's just yeah, it's an arrow of acid, a shimmering green arrow. Just be like, blah,
Where does it hit?
in the face.
All right, it looks up at you, and in an echoing voice that is speaking in Celestial, you will hear, which to those who speak Celestial is, of course, intruder. Stop. And as it says that, a bolt of an acidy arrow is going to fly out, collide, and melt its head.
Was that overkill? Should I have just used a 2nd level and just done the 44?
I think that was overkill.
Little bits of acid continue to drip.
Well done. Well done.
I mean,
I lean
Well-
over.
Welcome to the Overkill Club.
I lean over with an arrow in my chest. That was a good kill.
And on that note, I look at you and go, okay,
Stop
stop
that.
moving.
You
Why?
stop that.
Stop moving. Zeno, shut up.
Stop talking
know.
too. That doesn't help.
Ow.
It just makes you die faster.
You're glad it wasn't an iron golem. Holy shit.
Do
I
think that's
am going to pour a Cure Light Wounds down his throat.
All right, that sounds good. Cure light.
Yeah.
Okay, Zeno.
And then can you also put me down for a healing potion as well, please?
The
sir?
healing potion is going to give you 9 hit points back. Was that just a basic healing potion?
Yes.
The light one? Okay, 9.
9?
9.
So that's for 9 for both?
I don't know what Christine hasn't rolled for what.
Oh, I
Mallory.
thought you rolled potions.
Oh, was it a potion?
Yeah.
Was it just a basic?
Yeah, it's a cure light.
Reroll that one. So 19 total.
19 total. Okay.
So, Christine Malia rolled max damage or max health for that.
Max damage. You
Max
take 19
damage.
points of damage.
Damage to your wound.
Your wound took damage.
Your wound took damage. It's not a wound anymore. All right.
That's how that works.
So this thing is, its head got melted off by an acid arrow. And with that, what is everyone doing?
Investigating it.
All right, go ahead and make me an investigation roll.
2. Likewise. Because I just melted it and I might as well walk forward a few steps.
18.
So quickly checking around, you can see that the shield gauntlet on its arm can probably be dismantled.
Pour a potion down your throat. It's not going to work very well.
As well, there is a giant blue stone in the center of its chest that you'll recognize as a turquoise. It is about the size of a softball, but oblong. Yeah, you can totally do that. Just give me a dexterity check to remove it.
Which, actually, what sort of arrow hit you?
14.
Okay.
Silver.
So you
And this is
actually
like a
you'll
fighting
have,
arrow, right? This is going to suck.
So you will have to be very careful because it's a rather thin sheet.
Oh, so
It looks like it was created magically, but you'll be able to remove it. Paring it around the rivets, and you will have. Go ahead and add Shield Guardian Command Stone.
So while they're doing that, Malia has Xeno lying on the floor.
Give me a medicine
And-
check.
What?
You're removing that arrow?
Yeah.
Yep, give me a medicine check.
Yup.
Because it has to be removed before you can really do potions, as they're not going to work too well around an arrow.
That's true.
Nice! Nat 20. So
Nat
that
20.
is 28.
Alright, so
So-
that's fine.
Well, I want to tell you how I do it.
Okay, go ahead.
It's going to suck because, of course, these are fighting arrows.
Yeah, it's big
So they're
triple-head
probably
barb.
barbed. So, enjoy my dagger in your chest.
Yeah.
Cutting that out.
I will.
You barely feel it, actually. You have never believed that a dwarf's fingers could be as nimble as an elven surgeon, but it honestly, it hurt more drinking the potion almost and having the wound start to heal around the damage than it did to have this dagger slice through and gently, almost fillet this bony arrow out of your chest. So someone got boned this session. Good job.
Job.
Or
Teamwork.
deboned. I don't know.
Teamwork.
Because you said fillet, one of my other friends in a D&D game always makes their staff into a shillelagh. I really like
A
that word.
fillet.
Yeah, but I like shillelagh.
I want to go have a game where we fight fish monsters and have a fillet.
Oh, the Koatoa.
The Koatoa, yeah, your old friends from episode 3.
Didn't we? Oh, no, I flash fried a couple.
Yeah.
You did, yeah.
Yeah.
You had a fish fry. It was great. All right, so that's about all you can see off of the Shield Guardian. The rest of it's been melted.
Alrighty.
While she was prying out that thing, I was looking around it, but I just got a single point higher than her, so I don't find anything else.
Seeing anything else kind of interesting about the way it's created or built?
You can see that it is riveted. It is actually looks like it was constructed by hand. This wasn't just magically. The clay golem looked like someone took a bunch of clay and sculpted a human being shape out of it. This looks like the way that someone would build a set of plate mail. However, the internals have so many whirling gears and levers and strange types of belt working it. It's completely beyond anything that you have ever seen before.
Interesting.
Do you guys gonna look around at any exits that? Because there's a couple doors coming out this one, right?
There are, yes. There's the double doors leading to the room directly adjacent to the front door. And then there's the single door that is opposite the room you just came from. The painter's room.
Okay. I'll head across first, opposite the door we entered.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me remove some stuff from the word.
And try and be... Not that being stealthy is important anymore. I think we've just looted whatever was here.
Or whatever
It's
made
like taking
you
a
here.
pot and going like clang, 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 clang.
I am so great.
Do you say that as she starts like, looks like she's like trying to takes a few steps quietly and then just like gives up and just walks normally?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're at that point.
Yeah.
I'm still on the ground like,
Okay, so you're right there.
how much do I really want to move right this second?
You're 14.
Is
Do
he
you wanna
alive
get
still?
left
Not really. And he'll prop up. Alright.
Alright, up and at him, Zeno.
Yeah.
Put a hand under your elbow and help push it upwards once you're up.
Take your time though. Don't want to hurt yourselves.
He's alive.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
I don't usually die this much.
So as I'm going towards this doorway, what would be the most sensible thing to roll for?
Sorry,
So-
just double checking some of my.
Would this be an investigation or perception?
This is going to be investigation. So are you just trying to see what's on the other side of the door?
No, she's looking at the door to see if there's anything like.
That would be investigation.
Yes. So
Symbols.
yeah, traps, things, because this place has been just full of surprises and
All of
Fun.
them good.
so that's a 17.
There appears to be nothing strange about this door.
Okay. So but like, is there like a handle?
Yes,
Is it
there
locked?
there is an iron rung
Oh. Okay.
directly in front of you.
Okay.
And as you're looking at it, you can see the left rung. The right rung is completely blackened with soot. But the left rung has a shining patch. Or it looks like sometime recently is relative in this place, but someone has been through here and pulled the door shut.
I'll call up to you if you went ahead of us and say, like, are there any more of those footsteps around that door that look like they went through?
Oh, and then looking at like where the door has been like, is a pull?
It's a push.
It's a push door. Okay. Okay. Interesting.
From the shape of the shoes, you would say that the steps actually came. They came from the double doors and worked their way toward this door.
Okay, so yes, it looks like those shoes did go this way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they are. Yeah.
Ooh.
And the grime on this rung's been disturbed.
Yeah. Okay, well,
Through the door we go.
I think so. What about the other door?
I mean, I haven't looked at it yet. Do you want to take a look?
Yeah, I'll take a quick look at that door.
It's a set of double doors that are outlined with some swirling script. It actually looks like a message that's in several different tongues.
Can I read one of those tongues?
Actually, as your eyes look at it, these swirling glyphs of celestial will start to blur over and translate into infernal, and
That's better.
or you can speak infernal or abyssal.
Infernal.
So infernal and common at the same time.
Ow. So what does it say?
Welcome to the garden. Please respect the rules.
Blah.
Do we know what the rules are? Did they post them somewhere?
Garden?
I mean,
Underground? Another portal?
well, this didn't used to be underground, remember?
True. True.
Anybody who looks at that placard that is set into each one or set above the door will be able to see that it slowly focuses into a language that you can speak, and then after your base language will focus into all other languages you speak at the same time. The longer you stare at it, the more disorienting it will be.
This is incredibly disorienting. Wow.
Well, this looks like it could be fun, but not where we want to go.
I think you said these footsteps came from this door? These double doors?
Yes, it did.
Okay. Well,
Just to check to see where it came from?
it doesn't look like they went back this way.
No.
so we can maybe double back later. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Well, let's.
I kind of want to open it just to see, like, not go through or anything, and not disturb whatever these rules are, but to see what might have came from this direction.
Yeah, sure.
Can I open the door?
Yeah. Well, as you approach it, you will see that it looks to be. It does have a lock on it.
Damn it! It wants to use my key.
I mean, you have a lockpick kit.
No, I also picked up that special.
Yeah, but you also have a lockpick kit.
Oh yeah.
It does have a lock in the center, though. The door does not budge at your touch, and there is an old claw handle sticking out of one door with a keyhole beneath it. Go ahead. You can go ahead and make me a lockpick check.
What would be added to that?
So you add your proficiency bonus and your dexterity.
Versus 7 on top of 14.
All right. It'll take you a moment, but after a fashion, you will be able to slip the lock, and a large bolt that you would say probably weighs about a pound of just old iron is going to click. And what's your passive perception?
9.
Okay, that sounds great. I need you to make me a will save.
So good.
It's okay, I just shot myself, so...
16.
16. Okay, so
It could have been so bad.
as you open the door, you will slowly press the door open, and it's going to slide on hinges that have survived for millennia.
Dragon door.
But they still move rather quietly.
Oh.
And as they push inward, you'll feel a bit of resistance as they grind over something soft and squishy. And light will flood into the chamber that you're in from this garden. The entire room is full of bioluminescent fungi. And as you lean in, you'll see a sudden glow of red light beneath you. And glancing down, you'll see an arcane glyph scrawled into the ground that explodes in your face. You got a 16?
Yeah.
All right. So you will feel a sudden wave of exhaustion pass in and through you. Like that moment midday where you just, when you finish your lunch and you're like, oh God, I just really need a nap. You'll get a moment of that real
Or
quick.
like you wake up from a nap and you're like, ugh.
Time to go back to the nap. So you will just be incredibly exhausted for about 5 seconds before you shake it off, which is great because you just feel exhausted, like absolutely. Spellcasters, make me an Arcana roll if you're looking that direction.
I mean, yeah, I'll turn the door like.
So you will see a.
19.
All right,
15.
that was a glyph of eternal slumber.
Mars, close the door.
Oh, it's dead. It's a trap that spellcasters can leave. Eternal slumber is a roundup, really, but it could have had her sleep anywhere between a month and 10 years.
Why? What?
Okay.
Why would you even put that there?
Is anyone looking into the room?
Yes.
All right.
Something would have had to come out from there, though, too, right?
It's probably the ones we're following.
Fair enough, yeah.
Zeno, as a Gloomstalker, I want you to do me a favor and give me a special roll. I want you to give me a survival roll.
Okay.
And into that room, is it, like, expansive?
It's very large. I would say it's about the size of a football field.
Ooh. It's kind of cool, especially when it's all, like, glowing and stuff.
Yeah.
21.
21. So glancing around, you can see that this temple had fallen deep into the earth. And much like that hole you found outside of the temple, this looks like a portal into the Underdark. This looks like the temple fell into the Underdark. There's a large cavern that opens at the back part of this room that you can see just through the glow. And glancing down into the room you're in, the soot, the footprints on the floor, you'll notice The footprints are strangely shaped, because that's a Gloomstalker tactic. To walk in your own footprints, to only put pressure where the pads of your feet had been before. And glancing around at the footprints that Tia had seen a moment ago, you'll recognize that a party of 3 Gloomstalkers had passed through here. 2 had left. And it looked like one of those 2 was carrying something about the weight of another person. Maybe heavier.
I'm gonna go up and I'm just gonna close the door. Let's not go in here for right now.
I didn't want to go in, I just wanted to look.
As Xena closes the door, you will see this marvelous garden, probably once full of roses and cherry blossom trees and all the beautiful above-ground flora. It's now fungus and vines, but there are still some amenities from before. A large fountain that's, spewing an algae water, as well as dozens of statues. Very photorealistic, well, not photo, but hyper-realistic statues of humanoids. And the door shuts.
I don't think we want to go in there anytime soon.
That's a passage to the Underdark.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
You know those weird looking footprints you were looking at earlier?
Mm-hmm.
I had a close look at them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're me. They're like me. You know how I'm a Gloomstalker, right?
Yeah.
We deal with underground stuff. Yeah, that's them.
Oh.
3 went in, 2 came out.
Okay, so
1 probably died.
maybe. Okay.
If anybody would like to roll insight, go ahead and I can give you an extra
Sure
clue.
will. I sure would.
7.
I mean, sure.
Does that include me?
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, 22.
Cool. That's enough. I'll give you a little nugget. Before you came into this temple, what did you see?
Which
There was a big hole right outside of the main entrance to the temple, like the back door you
and
in.
they were looking for. They were mentioning.
There were a bunch of...
Drow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They had said something though to us. I can't remember what it was exactly. Oh,
Zeno talked to them.
Xena talked to them.
At the very least, what you imagine is that the Drow probably investigated this place when they found that it existed, and then decided that it wasn't worth their time. Or yet. Seems like this was several years ago.
Okay. I'll just explain that and be like, well, I don't think they'll be back right now, but eventually they might be.
Okay.
Alright.
Neat.
Let's continue on.
Yeah.
Like, we've only got so much time until Fera dies.
Exactly. We're
Although we are
In a
looking for a
rush.
fountain, right?
Yeah, I have a feeling that's not it.
Yeah.
It looked pretty gross.
But let's just
Well, it also didn't look
keep
quite
it on
as
mind at least.
large as I
Just in
as I
case.
would have imagined it to be, but who knows, right?
yeah.
Guys,
What?
Cadmus looks completely still. What the hell is that?
I'll turn around and look.
Look where he's
through,
looking.
Through the open door, you will see this.
Oh, no.
Oh, crap.
gross.
Which door?
A huge, the one that Tia left open right next to her.
Yeah, I sure did.
So I'm just gonna put that there.
It was just sitting there and like looking over, like what happened?
You will turn, and a huge size, a green-skinned monstrosity, roughly as wide around as if you loop your fingers into and put your arms into a ball, with one tremendous eye in the center, a pair of fangs at the top of its drooling mouth, and 4 eye stalks looking around with a glazed intelligence.
So basically, turn around and go.
So we had the door we came through, the garden door, the double door.
This is the door further
I
in.
think this one. So it's,
Oh, okay.
if I remember, we came in through here.
This is the door north.
That's the garden here, I think.
Yeah.
And then this is the one that I'm. So Tia's like right here. She turned to look through the doors as you mess with the doors, and then she turns
Turned
around and is like, "Wait a
Yeah.
second, I'm up close and personal."
So on that
Alright.
note, Kelly,
yeah.
these ones should be up around here.
Sure. So you should be right.
Because Zeno went and did that, and I stayed pretty, not totally close. I was probably just somewhere over there a bit.
Okay.
Just off to the
That
side.
sounds great. So, Tia, what do you do as you turn? Like, what is your reaction?
Punch it in the face.
Cool. I need you to do me a favor and make me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. I did a save to not scream. I rolled a 3.
Cool.
So that's gonna be for wisdom.
You are charmed.
That's it was a 10. But yeah,
You are charmed.
I am charmed.
You will turn and a little will fire out of one of its things at you, and you'll hear.
Oh. Oh dear.
She's having a night.
What the hell is this thing? And it'll slowly turn and look around the room at the rest of you. Let's see. What's everybody else doing?
Closing the door.
All right. I need you to make me a wisdom save.
Are you coming
And-
over to me and trying to close it on
And
it?
you two, what are you doing, Xena? You got to roll the 1. Okay.
I was just in the middle of explaining the drow stuff, so I'm probably not paying too much attention.
Okay. So you are going to be frightened until the start of. You're frightened of this thing. You get hit with a ray, and suddenly feel fear bubble up inside of your chest. Zeno, can you make me a strength roll? And Malia, what are you doing?
I kind of looked up and I recognize what it is, probably, right?
It's kind of a bigger version of those things that you fought before.
Yeah. So, oh fuck, no. Fling.
Okay. Before that, I need you to make me a dex throw.
Oh,
Okay.
a dex.
Was that a strength saving throw?
That was a strength saving throw, yes.
Okay, that's way better than just adding strength.
16.
Okay,
Okay.
17.
All right. Both of you will see that its other 2 stalks are going to shoot out rays at you. One sizzles the air in front of Malia with an icy cold. And you will see that the air begins to frost over as you dodge out of the way, and bits of snow will fall to the ground. And all of the rocks and debris and soot around where you were standing is going to lift off of the ground and slam into the wall. But the telekinetic effect is not going to touch you. And with that, why don't we roll another initiative?
That sounds good.
Amazing.
Haha.
Ooh, I did slightly better.
I didn't do too bad.
Okay, so counting down from above 15. Holy, really?
Oh, wait, no, I'm below.
Okay, above 20.
I'm at 20.
20? Okay. 19, 18, 17, 16. Okay. 15, 14. Okay. 13, 12, 11. I'll just put you at the back to you.
I'm at 10.
Okay. 10.
10.
Okay. You seem happy. Okay. So with that, why don't we pop some action music back on? And as the ray of cold materializes in front of Malia, you're going to leap out of the way, dodging it deftly. And what do you do?
Now, so I do all this. In that time that it's doing this, does it look like Tia has kind of relaxed or anything like that to indicate that something's happened?
Yeah, she looks completely relaxed.
And just
kind of go ladies.
cool with it.
Yeah.
Kind of like,
Okay. Do I know what type of creature this is? Like, type?
You can. So you're acting in the moment right now. You can make me an Arcana check.
Okay.
But that will count as your bonus action.
Okay. 15?
It's an aberration called a gazer.
Okay.
They're not particularly strong.
I was just trying to find out what type. So
Aberration.
aberration. Yeah. Okay.
All right. And with that, you are going to do what?
I'm going to move up right behind Tia, slap a hand between her shoulders, and cast Protection from Evil.
Okay.
Specifically, aberrations. It ends charmed.
Does it automatically? That's fantastic.
Protection grants several benefits. Creatures of those types have disadvantage on attack rolls against the target. The target also can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them. If the target is already charmed, frightened, or possessed by such a creature, she now has advantage on the saving throw against the relevant effect. So she gets to go against it next time.
I'll let you roll one more die, Tia,
Okay.
right now, and that'll be your
So-
secondary save.
Okay. Is that persistent? Like, do I keep having event like
Yes.
When you
On
have
any
time to
new
roll.
saving throw.
on wisdom? You said
Yes.
17.
All right. So you will snap out of it as she plants her hand between your shoulder blades.
And that's a concentration duration 10 minutes.
Okay.
So you now have a disadvantage on attack rolls against Amy.
Ooh, nice.
All right. Mars.
So with the frightened mechanic, am I frightened still? Like I can't move?
I actually
you
have
can-
it right here, frightened.
You
That's a name
cannot
charm.
approach this thing.
You have a disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while it's within your line of sight, and you cannot willingly move closer to it.
Now that doesn't mean that you couldn't just throw something at it, take a shot at it while you're moving away.
Yeah, it just means that the attack would be disadvantaged, even
Yep.
if you're moving away. So,
Yeah, I would probably take a few steps back, but I'm also trying to maybe get it with my arrow.
Sure. You can pull out your bow and take a shot. Go ahead. So you'll get one shot against it.
Yeah, and it's on my disadvantage.
yeah. Oof. Nope.
Yeah, I didn't hit.
Okay.
So
All right.
it
So
would
you'll
probably go out and then but she's just like too shaky and just goes way off.
Yep. It flies out and hits the shield guardian on the floor.
Oh.
No, it doesn't make that noise.
That's good.
All right. Zeno.
How far away from people is this thing?
It is 5 feet from Tia. It is 10 feet from Catamus and Malia. It is 20 feet from you.
Okay, so it's super close to everybody.
Yeah, like basically it floated up to the door because you guys were making a lot of noise. And it was like, huh?
Ah.
And you guys were like, ah! Kill it!
We're like, oh my god, time to shoot it! So shoot it, I will.
Oh, well, fine, if you want to be that way.
Well, try to shoot it anyways.
All
Well, I
right.
mean, we went, and it went, and then we're like, well, fuck, okay.
It was just defending itself.
We didn't do anything against it.
No, but it
It
did
attacked first.
You broke into its house.
So for this, I'm gonna switch my Hunter's Mark over to it because that's a great ability to do that. And I'm gonna take the -5 for +10
Okay.
on this.
I hope you botch, because otherwise it's going to be hilarious.
Well, I didn't botch. I did, however, get. Right, 11 was my lowest.
11 total.
Yeah, 11.
Okay, that one's going to miss.
And then both the other ones are over 20. I got a 24 and a 28.
So how do you want this to go?
So two arrows hit. So I'm gonna put both of them just in its big eye.
Okay. All right, and with that, there's going to be tang, 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 as 3 arrows fire toward this gazer. 2 of them piercing it directly in the main eye, the other one sailing over its head as it flops to the ground. And as it hits the ground with a split, you'll hear it mutter. And through the frightened haze, the rest of you will notice that it's speaking with a woman's voice. You will recognize a very familiar voice of your friend from Mog, Nona. As it dies, you can hear it parrot back. It's not going to be able to get through here if we bar the door. Keep going. Keep.
Keep going.
Drain the well. And then starts dissolving into a puddle of ichor in front of you.
What the hell is that?
Oh yeah. Boom.
Good sound effects, Kelly.
That's what I'm here for.
Yes.
All right, what do you do?
So, wait, do these things just, like, parrot back things it's heard?
Yeah.
If that's all it does?
I mean, it does a lot more than that, but
I know, but the...
It sounds like it recorded it almost. Word
Okay.
for word.
You guys know that Kenku have that ability as well.
Yeah.
They're a rare race of bird people.
We have met one.
He's nice.
Yeah, he's really cool.
Well, sort of.
Okay.
Is anyone going to do anything?
Just the frightened ability, once it's dead, stop.
It's gone. Yeah. Okay. So you had a momentary fright, and you feel your hair go even a little whiter, and then you're like, "Oh yeah, platinum blonde."
Okay, well,
Well, it sounds like they were going after
the well.
the well.
So, I assume that means they're further on.
Yeah.
That doesn't bode well.
well, let's
No.
keep going.
Okay.
And preferably don't start a fight with them. Let's see if we can talk first.
What's does anybody have a passive perception of 17?
Nope.
As you are walking past this creature, as it is slowly dissolving into a pile of guts, you'll notice that it looks like it has something lodged in its throat, kind of where its belly would be. Do you reach into its mouth?
Yes.
Okay, let me just make a quick reflexive. Does it have a post-mortem twitch roll? I got a 3, so you're fine.
Okay.
Reaching in, you will feel some of the teeth snap off as the gum tissue that held them in place no longer has the structural fortitude to do so. And reaching through past its lolling tongue, you will find that there is a leather satchel in its stomach, the strap of which was lodged in its throat. Pulling out, it's going to come out with a, like peeling a bandage. It's going to have bits of stringy material stuck to it, bits of ooze. But it's a finely crafted leather satchel. It looks like camel leather, which you've only seen through trading posts. And camel leather that has some intricate designs on it, and has been stained a dark red, and is fairly intact despite this thing's stomach acid. Inside is 1 platinum coin and 8 gold pieces.
Not the worst little haul.
You want to disinfect this?
Okay.
Yeah.
That was 1 platinum and 8 gold.
Yes, it is.
Alrighty. And a fine camel leather satchel.
All right. Moving into this next room, as you look around, you can see that this room has a set of stairs leading up and to the east. So leading up to the north. So we'll just always say that. So that. Oh, technically that's south from where we are, but hey, that's. So, looking inside of the room, you can see that it is L-shaped. There's a branch leading off to the right up ahead. Stairs leading up to a double door directly in front of you. All around the floor, you can see that there are signs of battle. Broken blades, ripped cloth, almost rotted. As well as occasionally, Zeno, you'll notice this first with your high perception. Bits of old, dirty dragon scale.
Gonna pick a few up. How big are they?
Some of them are about the size of a coin. Looking around, you will find one that is about the size of the palm of your hand.
That's a big dragon.
It is red.
I'm gonna pick a bunch up.
Okay. You will find. You'll find 10 overall. 5 of which are kind of a bronze or a brass. They're pretty old and it's kind of hard to tell. But definitely cheaper metallic, as well as a few large reds and one very small fleck of a black. Does anyone else do anything in this room?
Perception? Is there anything interesting?
All right. If
Exploring.
you're actively looking, you can make me an investigation roll.
Woohoo!
19 on investigation.
Holy crap. You
11.
did it. I'm so proud of you. You're always bad at that roll.
No, I'm bad
worse
at
it.
perception because that's a -1.
Oh, right. Investigation's intelligence.
Yeah.
All right. So we got a 19. What do we get?
11. I'm better at perceiving than
Yeah.
looking.
Same. 11.
All right. So both of you are going to look around, and I'll give you more structural things. So there's a set of stairs leading up to the door directly in front of you, and there are a set of stairs going up. The stairs in front of you are about 20 steps that lead up into the next door. To the right, down the side hallway, it goes down about 4 steps, and then will go straight to 2 doors. One at the end of the hall, and one that presumably leads to the garden as well.
So, if I switched tactics to try and track which way they went when they came through after the battle, would that be still investigation?
It would
or
still
that
be
be
investigation.
survival? Okay.
It would still be. But you'll notice that where, with an 11, I'll say that you see Zeno going around and picking these things up. There are entire areas where there are none at all, but they're fairly spread out. Looking around, you will know exactly why that is, Mars, because there are a series of footprints leading through this old cinder from that door at the end of the other hallway, up the stairs, and then up the higher flight of stairs. And it looks like as they were going, they were picking up bits of souvenirs for themselves. You can see places where patches of ground were disturbed, where things about the size of a palm or a coin were removed from the soot. You'll also look around and see that it looks like about 5 people came through here. Roughly the same build and shape, humanoid, medium-sized. They came from the door there on the right and headed up the tall flight of stairs directly in front of the door you just came through.
Okay. I'll let the rest of the party know that information.
Alright.
So that's where the other branch took them down, I guess. We should keep going. Guess
Okay.
we'll just follow after them.
Yep. Sounds good to me.
Yikes.
Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to cast Cure Wounds.
That's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
May as well. So I'm going to do that as a 2nd level. Do you want to roll that?
You can go ahead.
Okay.
No,
That door's gone.
goodbye forever.
Which one do I want to roll? Alrighty. D8s. I need a D8. There it is.
Someone go on a D8 with Mike.
I mean, kinda. Six. Plus my spellcasting ability.
Yes.
9.
The mod. Yeah.
That's this one here, right?
Your spellcasting ability should be wisdom.
Yeah, so that's right. That's the mod. Yeah.
Okay, so 3. I'd be adding 3.
Yeah.
7, 8, 9. It's better than nothing.
This is true.
Actually, it gets me almost up to my new full health.
Oh, right. Right.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Me
Right.
All right. As you approach the door in front of you up the stairwell, you will notice that who tries the door?
Sure.
All right.
I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on myself as well.
Pushing on the door, it doesn't budge.
Is it locked or
No.
blocked?
The door gives maybe a quarter of an inch.
Oh, wait.
They did.
They barricaded it.
Yeah, they barricaded it.
Do you need someone to punch it in?
Yes, please. I think we've given up on stealth.
Warforge the door,
How about
please.
I'll unforge it for you. How's about that?
That sounds fantastic, sir.
He said
He
desperately.
whines back. I'll show you how it's done.
And pops his shoulder out.
Oh no.
He hits the door and the hammer glances off, narrowly missing his face. Ka-chong!
Did you mean to do that?
This hammer's weighted strange.
Boy!
Look, I didn't expect a hill dwarf to have a good hammer. I mean, you've got that nice one there. Obviously, you've gotten a little spoiled. You didn't realize that this one was quite as, Why, did you make this?
You stop. Just stop.
Why don't you go hit it with your hammer, Melia?
I don't have to be next to it to do that.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make me a strength roll.
Sure.
From the bottom.
Several feet away.
So this is a strength check. You add your proficiency and your strength.
Okay. So 23.
23. Do you give him a chance to move out of the way, or you just throw it right past his face?
Right past his face. He insulted the hammer my daddy gave me.
That's true. And
Not cool. Not
as-
cool, dude.
you are going to wing it past his face with a whoosh, and the door is going to explode inward, and you will see that a bunch of ancient wooden and stone benchwork, as well as a small statue that had been propped from the door, is going to tumble and explode as the door just erupts inward, flying open and spewing the debris everywhere. And I have to make a quick roll for something.
He gets a
Did he
face full
fail
of debris,
again?
doesn't he?
No. As you explode the door inward, you will see that inside of the room is another one of those things. Completely unfazed by the exploding debris. It is facing... so the room in front of you, let me describe it for you, and then I'll get into this creepy thing. So-
Another gazer, right?
Another gazer, yes. So this room, you recognize being a cleric immediately. Looks like a room for ritualistic sacrifice and offerings. It's mostly destroyed, melted again, even worse than the previous room. You can see a statue of Yshar that has been melted all the way down to the navel. In fact, it's one of the things that you exploded inward. However, right at the center offering area, there is a beautiful, ornate mirror that is interwoven with gold and silver in undulating patterns. And in front of it, you see a blue-skinned gazer staring directly into it with all 5 eyes, just floating in air, staring at itself. It looks completely lost in its own beauty.
Cool.
Can we sneak attack it?
Can't we just avoid it and move around it?
So, it is over here.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna
Because if it didn't notice the door
use
exploding.
This is a mirror, okay?
Okay.
That's a mirror. So it's just floating right there. So moving into this room. And I'm assuming that there's no going back. So.
No going back.
All right.
So there's another door to our north.
There's another door to your north. I'm good for now, thank you. So, do you want to go kill it?
I don't see any point.
We're going to just get
Who has a perception above 15?
I have 15.
passive or just perception? Like passive perception?
Passive perception.
Oh.
I think you all do,
Yeah.
Except Winter.
except for
Yeah.
except for Mars. Mars
Yeah.
does not. So what you'll hear is, "This better be worth it. This 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 better be worth it. We get in, we get out. This better be worth it. We get in, we get out. This better be worth it.
he is gonna start walking across the corridor to the other door.
And then it will make a noise that startles you as it goes and makes the sound of the door exploding.
Oh no.
As you start moving across the room, are you going to try to stealth across?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you say this is still within 10 minutes of the last fight?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So I would have left the spell up just in case another one came along.
Sounds good. So you, sure. What'd you get to you?
Well, for attempting to stealth, that's gonna be a 4.
Sounds great. So as you move across the room, the gazer is not going to notice. So you step across the floor and you'll step on an old bit of rotted wood that will go, and then that will push into a piece of stone that goes, and the gazer will just go, this better be worth it. And then adds the squeaky noise that you just made into its recording.
Oh my god.
Tina will
These things are not very
just
smart.
give
They're just
up
gonna
and just like turn back and motion like, come on. But
Okay.
then she won't say anything. She'll just be like, eye roll.
Okay. Do you all walk through?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to be able to make another check for that. For each of you. Okay. It doesn't seem to pay attention until Malia walks through. As Malia walks through the
Like,
frame,
clank, clank.
the sound of your clanking armor is going to draw its gaze up, and it's going to narrow one of its eye stalks and go, "It better be worth it!" and fire a bolt directly at you.
Is it just like one eye that's turned around?
Oh, it doesn't turn its eyes around. It fires it directly at you, and that is a critical hit on itself.
Oh no! What?
So
Oh, so it was the
it's
mirror.
staring at a mirror and sees something move in the mirror. It lurches an eye stalk up. This better be worth it, and fires a bolt into the mirror that
Which
bounces back and
ricochets.
hits it directly in the face. At which point, it is going to. That is how much damage?
Oh, this poor thing.
not smart.
It is going to be thrown across the room by its own telekinesis ray, like a baseball.
Oh, do we have to duck?
An IE baseball.
You are all going to be able to duck, and it is going to hit the ground and collapse, and just mutter to itself. Oh, it's better be worth it.
I'm just gonna keep going.
Yep.
Yep.
Casers are so cute.
So dumb.
Poor thing has been through enough already.
I'm kicking my own ass.
Oh wait, I did that earlier too.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
What a mood for you.
Does
isn't
anybody
it?
want to do anything else in this room, or are you just going to keep
No,
going?
I just want to keep going.
Okay. The room ahead of you as well looks like it has an incredibly ornate. It has an incredibly ornate symbol on it. There's no handle. There's no lock. The seam of the door is full of swirling blue, dull but still slightly luminescent characters.
Do any of us recognize them? Do I recognize them?
They are written in Celestial.
No, I do not.
You do not. This is the gateway to the goddesses. The goddesses' room.
All right, so probably where we want to go.
Mm-hmm.
Does it tell you how to open it?
Does it open?
Does not. Oh well. Do you push on the door?
Yeah.
Okay. The door does not budge.
Okay. Then there's no handle, right?
There is no
Is it?
handle. However, in the dark, you can't quite see it very well. Even with your dark vision, the color is slightly off. But as you pull your hand back, you'll notice that there's some chalk on your fingers.
Didn't we pick up some chalk earlier?
You picked up some paint.
Paint. The paint.
So make me an Arcana roll.
Paint.
Being the closest thing we have to a wizard here. Maybe a little bit of druid.
13.
Glancing at the door, you can see that the undulating patterns that are built into the door, someone has taken blue and blue and white chalk and drawn several arcane sigils around it. You're not exactly sure how they did it, but whoever came through here before didn't use a key. They hacked the door open. I use hack in the computer sense. They basically dumbed the lock.
Can I look at the symbols and try and figure out what they did? And if it would work for us?
Go ahead and make me a roll. You can add your proficiency and your intelligence to this, and if you succeed, I'll tell you what you did.
Nuts. I wish it was wisdom.
Sorry.
And even if you had a key, there wouldn't be a
21.
spot to put it.
There would not.
21.
21. Although these sigils look fairly familiar, actually. The central sigil of the door looks really familiar to something you've seen in the last day, like this morning. So looking at this, you don't know exactly how it was, but you recognize this type being
Insight?
able... Please. You sense the
Nat
work...
20.
You sense the work of a cleric of Thais, the god of magic and knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
They have the ability to do things that overwrite magical locks and protections. They're fantastic grave robbers for that reason. Well, sorry, archaeologists. Because it belongs in a museum, and so do you. It looks like whoever came through here was a cleric as well, and used one of their domain powers to burst in. So you won't be able to use that option.
Okay.
However, with that,
And then if I added everything else, it would have been 25.
the symbol looks just like the doors, the orange and blue doors that you opened before. The one you opened with the priest's rod. Who has the scepter right now?
I think I had it. Didn't I?
Yeah, because you used it last and then you put it back and put it in the bag.
Oh, it's in the bag of holding, right?
Yeah.
I'm not sure who had that.
I have that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, who has the scepter?
It's in the bag.
Not me.
Here you go. Hey, Malia. Here you go.
Okay.
And Demalia.
Like, I don't know what to do with the scepters.
I reach it over your head and hand it to Malia.
Oh.
Which is funny because Malia is shorter than you.
Yeah, you almost get pricked by a horn.
Very carefully reach over.
I see what you're thinking.
Yeah, I don't know how to use these things, so get
Uh,
at it.
The central circle on the door. You touch it, and the door will slowly rumble.
Makes sense.
And then
I did a smart for once.
will open in front of you.
sweet. This thing's handy.
Yeah.
And ahead of you, you can see
Hide that.
a long stairwell leading directly up to a final door.
The final door.
Light is shining out from
The
that
final
final
frontier.
doorway,
So it's open?
and you can hear the sound of voices ahead of you. And with that, I think we're going to call a quick break, so we'll be right back.
All right.
That sounds acceptable to me.
It sounds
BRB, break time.
Before we enter.
Hi, welcome back. All right, so it was pointed out to me by myself as I was flipping through a book that I had been describing a gazer as the intermediate one that showed up and zapped y'all. But what I had been... I had been describing it as much larger than it was. The one that you faced was actually like about the size of a softball, because I was using my mini for my spectator, which is what was looking in the mirror. And spectators are really big and really stupid, but not as stupid as gazers. Gazers are the chumps of the beholder family.
The chunks of the beholders.
Yes, it is the chump of the beholder. Welcome back to Dork Tales. We are continuing with generic fantasy setting number 17735, season 2, episode 10. And why don't we jump right in? So, a long stairwell leads up from the ritual chamber room that you just saw the spectator KO itself.
Classy.
Because,
I love that so much.
well, it got a nat 20 on its attack against itself.
I was like, and I was also just like walking in, and it's like, oh, it died. Wow. Wow.
Can we put the stream back on the screen, please?
Yes, it can.
Yay.
One sec.
Mercy.
That way we can see ourselves and KO ourselves by shooting something into the screen.
Well, we can also see where we are on the map, which
Yes.
is good. Because
We don't need to see that.
All right.
DM eyes only.
Do you?
This has never led to any confusion ever.
9.
It's nice to see the chat being active too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you head up the stairwell?
I mean,
Yeah.
that's all my friend.
I think yes.
He's pretty fantastic.
Still nice. Nice to see stuff happening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we only have one direction to really go from here. But we can hear voices.
Mm-hmm.
Can we hear what they're saying? Are they like trying to be quiet?
Are we attempting to be stealthy?
I just turned to you guys and I'm like, should we just walk right on in?
Can I do a stealth roll?
Don't automatically shoot people.
Yes, you may.
Everyone I was thinking let's talk.
Like.
Let's try that first.
But do we want to just like walk right
Hold
on
on,
in?
one
Or do we
sec.
want to like knock on the door?
I mean, I think by now they probably heard us
27.
coming.
I should have used
27.
this.
So we should just walk right on in there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go up and open the door.
I think it's open, is it? Is it
We could
open?
see a light, but I
Yeah.
wasn't sure if it was because the door was open or if it was like the rim around.
Yeah. So is the door open up the top?
It is. There is no door itself. It has actually just
Just
the
the
frame
frame.
of it.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna make that stealth roll.
Okay. Everybody here can. Cadmus and Malia make it a disadvantage.
Do you want me to make it a disadvantage? Tia sneezes.
That is the. Cadmus has the saddest roll of a natural 20 and a 2.
So.
Although
Tia sneezes.
Have any of us ever gotten like a 20 and a 1?
Yeah.
Yep. I got a 20 by the way.
Sad.
Perfect.
15.
Okay, so just
So-
one.
I probably just like kind of sprint up the stairs, just super stealthy. Just like,
Why not?
and then just appear at the door.
Yep, one sec.
That's kind of why I want to get the tattoo of like the D20 and D1 on my ankles. Like I really want to get it so bad.
And just watch, you'll stub the one with the D20 on it.
And I'll be like, I guess I gotta cut this freaking foot off now.
Time to retire this dice. Hack!
Heck.
Oh no.
No, but that's my next tattoo I want to get soon.
All right. As you approach, let me just go ahead and switch some music out, guys.
Yeah, I basically just want to be like super stealth up the stairwell,
And you got a 20 what?
and I got a 20. And then just like appear in the doorwell and just kind of stand there
Cool.
until somebody notices me.
Total.
Yeah, give me one sec.
Because I think I'm funny.
You think you're funny, I know.
Remember, I'm the bad student that gets moved around.
I know.
I just make friends wherever I go.
That moment where you're like, I'm pretty sure this is the right music.
It's like Kerbal Space Program starts playing.
You slowly climb to the top of the stairwell. And as you do, you'll hear a sneeze behind you. Oh, that's a D10. I don't know what I'm doing.
For a change, Malia is actually sneaky.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of you.
All right.
Controlling
And,
that half plate.
so, what is the marching order up the stairs?
I think it's Zeno, then me.
I think it was third.
I don't know what the rest are doing.
Where is Mars?
Apparently invisible.
You're the
Where is,
bad.
where is she though?
Do you guys want me to go ahead?
I mean, you probably
Zeno
would-
already charged forward,
Yeah.
so where would you like to be?
Zeno's
Yeah.
already up front.
There's enough room for people to go 3 abreast up the stairs.
So this is the room?
Yes.
Okay.
So you're probably up following Zeno, because you got such a fantastic stealth check that you can probably move
Yeah.
fairly quickly up those stairs without nobody
And then I
nobody
kind of
noticing.
stay towards the walls and kind of like slink around.
Whereas Malia is probably going pretty slow to handle that half plate and keep it from clinking.
And Tia is behind. She apparently stopped with a sneeze.
Snozzed.
Sneeze.
The Snoz Bears tastes like Snoz Bears.
Okay.
Oh, there.
She snotted that sneeze.
No, I think it was just like one of those like full body like
And then-
convulsion.
And then, because of my 2, bless you. Really, really loudly. Cadamus reflexively goes, bless you. I mean,
I love it.
I'm just standing at the door with my hands on my hips.
you are. Hold on one sec.
Are you doing a Peter Pan pose?
So,
Yeah.
you head up the stairwell, sauntering as much as you'd like.
With that
And
swagger.
as you step into the doorway, let me describe the room for everyone real quick. The goddess's chamber. A huge, I always want to say Diaz, like Cameron Diaz. A huge dais is in the center. A statue holds an orb at face level in the middle. Slight condensation runs along the walls here, as if the room itself is sweating. A dark bloodstain on the floor signifies death. The area around the back wall, where you can see there is a fantastic, once was a fantastic mural, but has since become a slagged magma pillar, where a cone of fire, hot enough to melt marble, struck.
Sounds very warm, humid in this room.
It is very warm and humid. This is quite a long time ago that this happened, but the heat lingers here. As you step into the room, Zeno, you can see that there are four individuals standing around the remnants of that statue of Yshar holding an orb. One of them is a tiefling. One is an incredibly beautiful woman with dark black hair cascading in ringlets down her back, tuning a lute.
Oh, great. That's just what Xeno needs. A beautiful woman.
A shirtless man sits next to this collapsed statue, sitting on his feet, his knees bent in the lotus position. Another stands and turns and looks at you the moment that you climb the stairs. He's tall, slender, and roguishly handsome with a trimmed mustache and beard.
Oh, great. Just what Xeno needs.
And a very sharp saber dangling at his waist. And then finally, you will see, as you step through, you will hear as a crossbow bolt is pointed at your head from the side of the door. And a very average-looking, bookish boy man.
Boy, man.
One of those men that, when he goes into his 20s, hangs on to the baby fat of teenage years, with a blonde tonsure, the bowl cut with the shaved bit, wearing dark robes and leather breeches, is pointing a crossbow at your direction. He has several books on slings, basically almost like book bags, like satchels, but they lead directly to books instead of bags, on either of his hips. And I think that's probably far enough.
Hey, folks.
Oh, great, the tiefling says from the other side of the room.
Nona?
Have we met?
No, but I've heard all about you.
I hope this isn't going to be a thing. And she's going to hop off of the ridged bit of stonework that she was sitting on. You'll notice that in her hand, she's holding something vaguely amphir-shaped, like an urn, but for pouring wine. She gently sets it down on the floor. An elf.
Yep.
Well, half of one.
Yep.
Who do you have with you? You're the ones who were making all that racket down there.
Yep. That was us.
All right, well, state your business, or Tobias is going to give you a piercing you're not going to like.
I mean, that's fair. No, we're just here to get
Can at this point Malia walk in?
Yep. Clang.
You'll probably come up just as I'm like, well, we're just here to...
Yeah, so, were you guys the ones with the incense and all that fun stuff?
Incense? I'm incensed that you would ask.
Read as Dragon Nettle.
One moment. Nona steps forward and waves her arms kind of in a wide arc. Incense? I mean, I've bought incense before. I do like a good smell of jasmine, particularly lilac and gooseberries, but...
Insight?
Go ahead. Good
Would it
luck
be?
on this one. That's going to be insight versus my deception.
Can I roll
for-
like deception just to know how much of a bullshitter she is?
Sure, yes. Viewers at home, what's your total? Because mine is, let me just make sure I'm doing this right. So it's +4 plus proficiency.
32.
32. Ooh.
Because it's also proficiency and it's at 10 right now.
Ooh, nice.
I rolled a 19.
I rolled a nat 20,
Okay.
and I add 8, so...
So I will give you the benefit of the doubt there. She rolled a 29 on her roll, but with that nat 20 and your deception roll, this is the type of lie that you would tell. You're like,
Bitch, please.
The rest of you are completely blown away. Like, yeah, okay, she seems pretty innocent, actually.
Drop the act.
Hey.
And I walk out from wherever I was.
Oh, baby girl.
Oh yeah, we brought her along too.
Well, I mean,
Oh,
more like she
honey
brought us
child,
along.
where have you been?
All over the place.
So, answer my question first. I asked a question first, so I think that it's only fair that you answer. Is this going to be a thing?
Are you gonna make it a thing?
We don't want it to be a thing, but see, our friend is now basically dying because of that incense. And this lovely priest of, what was it again? Xerxes? What's his face?
Catamus? No.
Zyrthos?
Xerxes.
The guy
You know,
we're doing this
yeah.
for who's gonna heal
Zyrthos.
Yes.
Yeah.
The name. Wants a thing from here. And apparently we'll deal with the dragon nettle that got put around and
Alright.
has our friend sick.
And what
We
do you
don't want to
need?
fight.
We just...
What was it he wanted?
Well, he said we needed the...
Stick.
No, we need the tears.
Tears. Oh,
Yeah, we need
Tears.
tears of
The
each
tears
star.
of Yshar.
Yeah.
So I assume
So-
it's some sort of water.
That's
Water.
literally the only reason we're here.
That's all we need. We don't care about anything else, really.
Yeah, 20, great. Water. There's a little basin back here.
It's probably it.
It's pretty empty, but if one of you wants to come by... No funny business.
Alright.
No one's left.
Who's it going to be? You're looking good.
I'll wander over.
Now, this woman looks a lot like Mars. You haven't seen that many tieflings up close, and this one is very similar, a much more reddish hue to her skin, and her hair is almost a pinkish white.
How tall is she?
She is 5'9".
Oh, she's talking.
Oh, she's a tall girl.
Yeah.
Do you
Tieflings-
have a vial or anything like that on you?
You're,
Okay,
you
cool.
you small, aren't you?
5'4".
I'm
Yeah.
gonna keep an eye on her though because I saw her put down that amphora or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not quite sure if she's not pulling something. So
I mean,
The trust goes about as far as we can throw the statue, so.
but
Yeah.
basically I'm gonna be like, well, yeah, no, a fight between us would
see,
you'd get hurt, we'd get hurt.
Some of us would probably die.
None of us really want that.
You hear a low voice from the shirtless man on the floor. Some of you would definitely die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's saying this with his eyes shut. He hasn't looked up since you entered,
Yeah.
and appears to be in almost an elf-like meditative trance.
Which is exactly why we don't want to fight.
Shall I go grab, look at the...
He's already going forward.
Yeah, I'm already wandering over forward.
Stepping forward, you will make it to this broken basin that was once affixed to the wall. Most of it is melted, but there's still a little bit about the size of a serving cup. At the bottom, you will find enough for one vial of liquid. It's sparkling blue, slightly luminescent. You try to scoop it up?
Yep.
Okay. As you do, it reacts to the motion of you putting it in the vial, and the blue will turn a dazzling shade of cherry blossom pink.
Huh.
Is that it? She says.
Hopefully.
Yeah. I'll slip it in my chest pocket. Yep. We'll be out of here. You guys can do whatever you want now.
So along this journey that we've been on, I always get this weird feeling when one of the shards is nearby. Do I pick up any of that, like, ugh?
You felt it earlier in this dungeon, or in this temple.
Not right now?
And as you're here, it will be not that same painful feeling, but looking at her, it will be obvious that there is something about her that is echoing your frequency. And as that happens, the floor in the center of the room will begin to shimmer in a circle around that destroyed statue, right on top of that blood stain. The stain itself is darker than blood should be, almost a purple. And where ash, cinders, footprints, and time have eroded the rest of the floor or covered it, that blood stain is almost like it resembles hot water thrown into a snowbank. Nothing will lay atop of this stain. It's wide, covering the center of the room, and as it does, as it begins to hum, a slight pulse of energy will radiate out from that central point of the bloodstain. The man by the door holding the crossbow in Zeno's general direction as he walks will say, No, it's coming. All
What's
right.
coming?
Just doing our job, folks. Well, thank you very much. It's been a fun show. Well, you know where the door is, so that'll get you safely back upstairs. I would not bother the thing that's staring at the mirror. Can I get a hand over here, bro?
Yeah, it already
Killed
knocked
itself.
itself out.
It hit
Hurt
itself.
herself.
It fired into the mirror.
That was classic.
It was pretty funny to watch.
As she says that, the man with the goatee and mustache will move around the circle and help her heft the amphora up, reverse it, and face it down at the glowing on the ground. Can I get an insight roll off of everyone here?
Sure.
15.
15?
19.
26.
Ooh, nat 20 and
Nice.
plus 3. 23.
Excuse me.
23.
Oh.
Everybody got above 15, right?
Sorry.
26.
26. And Cadamus got a 2.
Insight's my jam.
I don't quite like what's going on here, but I don't know why.
I have a bad feeling.
I have,
He just wants to be doing his dwarf things.
I just want to be
It's just
part of the
dwarf
fun.
things. Aw.
Just dwarf things.
Just dwarf things.
Okay.
I'm gonna miss Cadamus when he's gone.
All right. And with
Someone's
that,
gonna die.
as the ground begins to shimmer, and they upend that amphora, they will nod at each other and both say, Shirak, Manta, Suma. Ancient arcane words. The amphora will flare to life. Sigils of black and white swirling around its entire structure. In all draconic.
Ooh, what's it say?
It's a spell. It looks like a capture spell. And as they say that, you will hear the sound of a wind as it begins to suck motes of light from whatever this glowing structure is. Got it? I got it, she says to her brother. Although you don't know. You know. You know Mars. That's Nico. What does everyone do? The rest...
I'm gonna regroup with them.
Okay.
Yeah, what the heck is
Yeah.
happening here? What is this?
Just collecting something that isn't needed anymore. You got what you needed.
Yeah.
This isn't gonna unleash something up above, is it?
Not as far as I know.
Cool.
What is it?
This is where a goddess died.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what does it do? Like,
I don't know. We're just being paid to collect.
By
Cool.
who?
None of our business.
Okay,
Let's
fine.
go.
Yeah, okay, fair.
I'm already on my way down.
Fera be
Yes, let's
dying,
go. Yep,
guys.
we gotta
Let's go.
All right, and
Sure.
let me just do a quick check. So that goes off in how many rounds?
Yikes.
6 rounds. And how many rounds are we in right now? We are in 4 rounds. Okay, so you start gathering things. You walk across like the long way around the room.
Mm-hmm.
And as you are halfway across the room, you will hear the man with the goatee and mustache say, "Something's wrong.
Of course it is.
There's something in the statue."
Wait.
What the shit? And as you walk by, you will see the statue laying on the ground of Yshar holding that orb. The orb in her hand, which is as large as any one of you, will start to crack
Oh,
like an
God.
egg.
Shit.
No.
They didn't say anything about this.
Crap.
We wouldn't have taken the job if they said anything about this, Nico. Just keep going. And at that point, it is going to crack and erupt and...
Yep.
Is it a dragon? Or is it...
No.
Oh, no.
Yep.
No.
Called it.
It's a beholder.
Yep.
And that is going to erupt out of it. And I would like initiative rolls off of all of us, please. And please be gentle with me, because I have 20 attacks per round. So between everybody here.
Yikes.
Okay, where's that beholder page?
Oh,
I mean, technically we could just leave.
we could. We
you
sure
could.
could.
So long as you survive this first round of combat, you can get the hell out of here.
The first round of combat. Okay.
But at the same time, if we survive the first round, it might be worth it to stick around near the door,
Yeah,
Okay.
but help out because
so-
then maybe they'll be nicely disposed to us later.
that's
Because
fair.
we seem to come against them regularly,
Yeah.
And
so semi-friendly relations would be good. You be careful though. You've only got half your health.
That is a good point.
You get to the doorway basically.
okay, so
I'm just gonna fight from the
who got above 20?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna start counting down, and we will. I think that was a 12. I'm gonna say that was a 12. So I'm at above 22. Okay, what I have? What'd you have?
25.
23.
And what's your modifier? Plus 7.
6.
Okay, so Zeno, Nico, and what'd you get? 23. Mars, Nona. Above 15.
I got 20.
You got 20. Okay.
I got 17, and I was excited about that.
Sorry.
Sorry.
I mean, still great. At least you're not down at the very bottom of the initiative.
Lisa starts on
It's a nice change.
Yeah. Right?
Just watch. Everybody got above 20. Except you.
Oh, hey, everyone's dead again.
So then
I
that.
get to
Oh,
act.
wait. Zeno killed himself. Oops.
Whoops. I don't get to act this
Sucks to
combat.
suck.
And
Suck
then-
Suck indeed.
and then
Thanks for
to
Get good
bias.
scrub.
And how did the monk get the lowest initiative?
Just rolled that way.
Pumps?
Damn it, Khalil. Get off your ass.
Is he the one who was sitting down?
I think so.
Maybe he had to
Okay.
concentrate as long as he can, and then it broke. I don't know.
All right, and with that, there is a noise as this creature just comes into being out of here, hatching out of the egg. And it is going to speak in deep speech. Does anybody have deep speech?
Jesus.
No, I don't know what you know.
Don't know what that is.
It's going to turn and flick its eye stalks at you. This is an immense creature with 8 eye stalks jutting out of its body, as well as a scaled interior, 1 orange eye floating in the center of its forehead, and a mass of razor-sharp teeth. This is your first time ever seeing a beholder. And it
I
rises
don't
out of
want
the
to look
goddess's orb.
directly at it.
It's kind of hard, but
Like,
At- it looks around and mutters something as it rises up. And will shake its head and speak in common. Oh, good. Servants, it says in a surprisingly feminine voice.
I love these things. I mean, not these ones, but they're just...
Submit and fear me. I am Yshar. It turns and gazes at all of you. You are my slaves? You say no?
Yeah.
Okay, combat rounds. I am going to use a legendary action right now. I have a D10.
Thanks.
I mean, her was mostly incredulous, going like, no, what? No?
Amy,
Yep.
I need you to make me a dexterity save.
Okay.
By the way, if you have anything for inspiration,
I do have inspiration. I have my thing. Do you want me to use it?
Did I get inspiration back for busting in that door?
yes.
Nice.
Everyone will enter this combat with inspiration.
I will spend my inspiration then, I guess. So I have advantage on these.
Oh god, I hope so.
You said dexterity? Mm-hmm.
Bye.
19?
Okay.
20. That's 20.
All right, as it flicks an eye stalk at you, a ray is going to fire out of its eye stalk, and the the wall behind you is going to turn to granite. And it's going to spin and rise gracefully out of the ground, turning 360 degrees. A non-believer. Good. Good. Then you came to kill me? You're here to kill me on the day of my birth? Fine, bitch.
No.
you mad? What?
No.
And Zeno.
Um,
No, So are you just kind of like,
I'm just kind of like,
It's going to turn and roar at you before you can act then, and just will say, "Get on your knees or die, bitches!" What would you like to do?
get on my knees or die?
Bitches.
Bitches. I think I'm actually, like, I'm getting to that. I'm like, get on my knees or die, bitches. I don't like either of these options. Gonna look over at you guys and be like, what should I do?
Peace.
Knees?
Peace.
Knees? Knees?
The chat saying go to the knees.
Yeah.
Oh, Neil.
Okay, make me a persuasion roll.
11.
Oh, actually, you'll have advantage.
Oh!
Because this thing has Egomaniac as a flaw.
11.
Good. This one gets it. Where's my birthday present?
We wrote winter.
Next, holding the vase, you will hear Nico say to Nona in Infernal, Stabby? And she kind of goes, shrug.
We're all just kind of like.
They're both going to shoot you a glance.
So now it's my turn.
That's how we pass the initiative.
Physically, how big is this thing?
It is a large size. Like, it is about as wide as your arms can reach. Just to give you a sense of scale. This
Like
is,
2 of these?
This is this.
Bigger?
This is a normal guy.
Okay, so this thing's like
It's a chomp.
Huge.
like a
Like,
7 or 8
so-
foot diameter.
She's
Yes.
thick.
So big, much bigger than this.
Oh, yeah. No, this is about as big if 2 of us linked fingers and made a circle.
About as big as
I'm
the
thinking
spectator?
Yes.
Excellent.
Like green screen? Like as big as that?
Yeah, it's about as big as the green screen, which for the camera doesn't help anything, but it's about as big as that couch folded in.
Okay, so yeah, like say that like, that's 6 foot right there.
Yeah.
So you and I together, that's a 12-foot diameter. No, it's 6 foot diameter, 12 foot
It
circumference.
is large.
That is a sizable.
That is a unit.
That is Olad she coming.
So basically, they look at you and give you one of those Return of the Jedi. Nod, nod, nod. And you'll hear Infernal from the other side of the room. Truce. Okay, Mars, what would you like to do?
Oh, great and mystical Shauna. We are
Yshar.
so
Ishana.
Ishana.
Thank you.
That's what I said.
Mm-hmm.
It is our pleasure to be here this day, the day of your birth, and I'm taking steps forward.
Are you gonna kneel and be like, yeah, no?
Hug me, Shauna. Hug me.
Stab.
To bask in your glory and your wisdom. What shall you have us do?
Where is my birthday present?
Like most gifts, you must close your eye.
Is this a tradition?
Yes.
Yes, yes it is. You'll
Everybody
hear
will
Nova
nod.
say.
Yeah.
This is.
If you don't close, if you can't peek while you're being given your present.
Or else it loses its effect.
Please, my lady. Oh. And it'll shut its tremendous eye. All right, go ahead. You can.
And if I don't get like some sort of advantage, I'm getting an inspiration.
You get advantage.
Fuck yeah.
You'll get advantage on both of your hits.
Nice. Can I have another D?
D20s?
Yep.
Take
Okay.
That's a
Well,
D20.
you guys are fighting a beholder.
Do you need more d6s?
Oh my
I
God,
don't.
I
I don't
hope you
think this
don't
is
die.
a sneak attack. I don't.
You have
think...
advantage.
This is a sneak attack.
You have sneak
Anytime
attack.
you have advantage, you have sneak attack.
Okay.
Do you need more d6s?
Bendini.
Okay.
They're still sucking up all of the magic energy from the center of the
That's
room.
a,
Just so you know.
That's a good. So that's plus 7. So that's a 22 and a 26 to hit.
Those are 2 hits. Go ahead and roll me your damage. Jesus.
Are you looking at the stats for this thing?
I'm looking at some of its powers. They're incredible. Like, this thing is... If there were not 2 parties fighting this thing, you would have no chance. So, the fact you chose friendly... Although,
Okay, so
if
this
you'd
is
gone in here guns blazing and were
for
fighting each
using
other when this thing
weapons.
showed up, that also would have been funny.
Like this is the dagger.
We just
plus
all
2
die.
on it.
Both
The
parties
plus
get
2 is
decimated.
from The dagger.
Dagger plus 2.
Well, after that experience in Fallonmore,
Attack and
I was all like,
damage.
Okay.
yeah, no.
Yeah. Damage proficiency with the This is your offhand.
Yes.
So that's 4, 5, 6 on that one.
6. Yeah.
And then you got your your rapier.
That's 2.
Is that what it is? Your rapier?
Yeah, that's what this is.
You're
so
at
D8
you're
and
at
then all of
3d6
this.
for
Okay,
the
so you
one.
got your D. So you add your dexterity to it for the melee.
20 so dexterity, so that's 24.
24 damage.
And then
so
anything else?
this one does not add the dexterity.
No, but just this one.
Yeah, so that's 4 plus 4, so it's 8 plus your sneak attack damage.
And you added the +1 for the magic dagger?
Yeah, 2 we already did that. Yeah. It's got, yeah, I think the
I'm counting 24.
yeah plus 2. We just see with
Sorry.
this. Yeah.
So if I failed, that
Perception.
would hit me.
And the +1 and the 1. Yeah, so you're fine. Yeah, so that should be plus 4 is 12, 13, 14 plus.
That's a lot of
8
dice. It's a lot of dice.
is 22, 23, 24. Yeah, 24.
24 points of damage?
Yep.
Fantastic. All right, so you are going to just lunge forward and bull stab this thing in the face. It is going to, as it feels the blade start to enter the corner of its eye, it's going to twitch and it's going to take most of the damage to the side. Its eye is very resilient, but you're going to bury your daggers deep, and purplish black blood is going to spill out. At that point, you're going to hear at the back of the room Nona shout,
Happy birthday!
"Blow out the candle, big bro!" And Nico is going to jump the dais and pincer attack this thing with you, and is going to deal about the same amount of damage you did.
Do you want my inspiration?
No, because its eye was shut. However,
You
now
had advantage because it wasn't looking.
And I convinced it to close its face.
Okay, that was funny.
Winter, I need you to make me a wisdom save. Now, if you're going to use your inspiration, now might be a good option.
Okay, I'll do that.
How
I'll open the
high
dice.
was this chamber?
This chamber goes up about 30 feet.
Okay.
A wisdom.
It's very bell-shaped.
Nat 20.
Nat 20? Fantastic. It is going to scream, roar back, and fire a kind of beam into your forehead, and you're going to shrug it off.
Bitch fight.
At that point, it is going to get stabbed from behind by Nico, Nona's brother, and is going to pivot one of its stalks around and fire a spending its inspiration. Oh God, thank you. Is going to fire a beam directly into the center of his chest, and he is going to freeze in place, twitching slightly as the but he still landed his hit. Nona is going to continue to hold the amphora with both of her hands and kind of get herself between the statue and the beholder while still doing this. But she is going to shout at one of her friends, the monk. Khalil, it has a weak point on its left side. Hit it! Cool. Malia, you are up.
I'm gonna cast Spiritual Weapon and hit it with both that and my hammer.
Okay, that's going to... Oh wait, that's another concentration spell, so never mind. Is it? Is Spiritual Weapon concentration?
No.
Cool.
But
then
this
you
one's-
still have protection.
Well,
You can drop
Isn't
it.
it past like 10 minutes by now? That was quite a
It's
while
been
ago.
10 minutes.
We've
Yeah,
gone
it's
a lot of
been-
distance.
it
Like, I
has.
think it's
Okay.
done.
Yeah. No,
All right, let's do this.
I'd be surprised it was still up.
Okay, so that is 20 to one hit, and
That's a hit. Okay, and...
19 to the other hit. Both
you
hit?
you are so freaking lucky, by the way.
Yeah.
Because it is looking at Nico,
Okay.
not you.
That's 20 from my thrower, and 13 from the spiritual weapon.
Okay. The 20 will hit, the 13 will not.
No, that was damage, honey.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Like, I already asked for hit.
20 and 13.
So 33 total?
Yes.
Yes.
Girl.
Okay, so we're at 60, 80, 87 points of damage already. And
Like 900.
so what's going to happen, the spiritual weapon flies out and cranks this thing, and it is going to divert its attention back toward you. And as it does so, I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. "23.
23, that's fantastic. So it sweeps one of its stalks back and fires a ray that glances by you, and you can feel that the ray is screaming terror into your mind, but it passes over you and through you. However, as you reel back to strike again with your spiritual weapon, it levels its gaze on you, and all active spells down this corridor fail. All right, Tia.
But the spiritual weapon is not necessarily in that corridor now.
The spiritual weapon is directly in front of its eye.
Well, it would have hit it.
It hit it, and then it
Okay.
turned to look at it, and as soon as it looks at it with its main eye, it vanishes.
Damn it.
Yikes. Sorry, you said me?
Yes, it is Tia's turn.
I'm gonna try and I'm gonna cast Blight. And I need a Constitution saving throw from it.
That sounds great. What kind of saving throw?
Constitution needs to. My spell save DC is 14.
16.
Okay, so then it only takes half as much damage on a successful one. So I'm rolling 8d8 right now.
Are you looking at me, or you're right behind Malia?
I thought.
Yes, you are. You're right behind
Am I?
Malia, and 150 foot. You summon magic up, and it fails.
Oh. Alright.
Also, Malia, your hammer becomes heavy in your hand.
God damn it.
So you start to summon your spell up, and it fizzles.
Do I waste a slot?
Yes.
Oh, great. My 1/4 level spell slot. Goodbye.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Beholders are rough. And now it's its turn. So, first of all, I have so many things to pick from. So, just one moment, because I get... would you like to move or do anything else? Before the end of your turn, either of you?
Oh, actually, yeah, if I can move, I'll probably move closer into the room then.
Okay, where are you going?
Sure.
Yeah, if
You're
that.
right next to it.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
So, if that fails, now
You can
I'll
still use
double
any,
check, but-
use any bonus actions.
my druid shape change, that's not arcane magic. That's just an ability. Is it? Does this stop me from changing from beast shape?
Let me just... I can Google that real quick. Hold on.
Cool.
Yes.
It prevents that?
Yep. Jesus. It prevents anything except for artifacts or deific magic. So a god could counter this.
Okay, so we're screwed.
We just don't have one of those.
We don't.
All right. So
I mean, we have Cadmus, and he's the god of failing.
three of the following. Okay. You stab me, so you're right in front of me. So I'm gonna hit you with that. I need you to make me a dex save.
Oh, but yeah, no, I was
Immediately, Mars.
trying to press myself
and
up against a
then
wall more or
The
something
one
to
behind
be
me.
less obvious.
Perfect.
24.
So, if I can't really see anything over there. No,
so-
it's not doing anything. That's useless.
All right.
Yeah, there's too much stuff in
so
the way.
Yeah.
that is good. That is good. And then my other one was a 5. So, and that's going to be Malia. So Malia's right in front of me, which means that the glimmering glare coming out of my main eye is going to be centered here. But it can't. So it is going to pivot and look Actually, it's going to pivot and look in this direction, and one of the eye stalks is going to point at Malia. And I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
And Kelly, I would have tried to get closer to a wall or something to get any sort of cover or make myself a little bit less obvious.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you said you wanted to be right here.
No, I didn't say anything about where I wanted to be.
Okay, you should do that then.
Yeah.
22.
I was trying to get an answer about the wild shape thing, so. Yeah.
Yeah, but that was like a minute before.
Yeah, but it's. You were saying bonus actions and movement,
You
and
dropped
so I was.
something, you need to grab it.
I didn't want to interrupt.
Okay. Sorry, I need more d8s. So what'd you get, Christine?
22.
Okay. So you'll take half of this. 13, 14, 24, 29, 39, 45, 23 points of damage. As you are hit by a ray of necrotic energy from its stalk as it pivots around to look other ways, your hammer becomes light again.
Okay.
All right. On the other side of the room, you are actually right behind you. You are going to hear the sound of someone cracking their neck and a feminine voice with a very brash accent. All right, let's do it. We'll start strumming on a lute, basically like at.
Toss a coin to your Witcher.
Basically.
Oh. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh god.
Because he can or she can do that.
I love it. Thank you, Kelly.
No worries. And she will start screaming out a bunch of inspiration things about people beating a one-eyed, 8-stalked, flying purple people eater.
Good. Good.
And with that, it's going to be Tobias the cleric back there.
Fucking bards.
I love bards.
That's so good.
Who's... I'm a 7th level cleric. I have access to... Oh. Absolutely. What am I doing?
You have access to a lot of shit.
He is going to move over here to his friend, the Swashbuckler, and is going to cast haste on him.
Oh!
Because shit got real.
Haste on a swashbuckler?
The monk
Jesus.
is going to hop to his feet and move forward with a long spear in his hand. And is going to roll the worst possible rolls as he goes ya ta 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 ta, and
Like
and
between the stalks?
yeah, when the stalks are like slapping the spear out of the way like a practice dummy, and he's just getting really frustrated because he blew a key point on that, and that was worthless. And then I just realized that I didn't roll for Cadamus because he was secretly the beholder the whole time.
Time to kill Cadamus.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay. That's a better roll right there. So he's going to rush forward and hurl your hammer at it,
Okay.
which is going to deal, like your normal hammer,
Yeah.
which is going to deal 15 points of damage as
Nice.
it cranks it in the back of the head. That is 87, then becomes 102 points of damage.
Out of 11.
I take it back. This is a pretty good hammer. And then he'll pull the short sword you gave him out. All right, and with that, I'm going to use this to use one of my legendary actions, which is 1. And he is going to hit. He is going to hit Cadamus between the eyes with one of these rays, and he's going to stumble back for a moment. Then it is Zeno, your turn.
Okay, so how far am I from the door?
You are 10 feet from the alcove. There's no actual physical
Oh,
door.
that's right. Yeah, I'm 10 feet from the
For the
alcove.
doorway.
Okay,
doorway,
so
yes.
So I can move 10 feet and then do my
Yep.
shooting, right?
Yep. And then you will be leaving my range though.
Oh, really?
Yep. Unless you take a disengage action. I've got a 10-foot reach.
Oh, wait, I don't have attack of opportunity anyways.
No, but I do.
No, but not against me.
Because you're Gloomstalker.
Yes.
That's right. Okay, so
So
go
I
ahead.
can freely do that. So I'm going to move down to the alcove and go down a couple steps. So, I'm behind a little bit of cover. And then I want to shoot it.
Okay.
Now, before I shoot it, size-wise, this is large, right?
Yes.
So how many spaces does this thing take up?
It takes up.
Like a 10-foot radius?
It takes up 4
Four?
squares.
So that would be a 10-foot zone.
It's 10 by 10.
Okay, so if I hit it with an explosive arrow, for instance, that's like 10 foot damage radius, that would just be within it, right?
Depends where you hit it.
If I hit it from the doorway,
You can position it in a way where it will do the damage you want, but if you fail, you'll blow up your friends.
oh, I don't really want to risk that.
But don't you?
Because that would be a botch then, wouldn't it?
That would be on a botch.
That would be on a botch?
Yes, I mean botch, not fail.
Yes. What about with a 5-foot attack?
5 foot? Yeah.
5 foot would be fine?
I mean, like, if you botch, you're probably going to hit Mars, but yeah.
Okay. I mean, that's okay. Oblivious. Alright, so I'm going to shoot this thing with fire arrows, because they're not an area of effect.
Okay.
So I'm going to shoot the fire arrows,
Alright.
and I'm going to use Hail of Thorns on it. That's a 5-foot effect.
Okay.
And I'm going to take the -5 + 10 on this.
Okay.
Alright, so here we go.
Here we go.
Well, I didn't botch on any of them.
Good.
So let me just tally this up really quick for you.
Don't forget your -5s.
I will not forget those. So my lowest one's an 18.
Then you hit.
Okay. Yeah, I had a 10, 13, and 19 plus 8 on each. So.
Okay.
Alright, so let's go with damage. So, Hail of Thorns. Fire arrows. Base attack.
Jesus
Okay.
Christ.
Now, hopefully these aren't all ones.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because it very well could be. Some of them are ones. Okay, so 10, 19. Okay, let me do this. 10. 19. Sorry, I'm going slow. 19.
There's a lot to add up.
25. 31.
Okay.
35. 38. 41. 48. 51.
Oh, for a second there, I thought he was adding every one of those numbers together. Like it was compounding, and I was like, that's like 300 damage at level 7. That's impossible.
So that's 51. 61, 71.
Keep rating us.
Oh, wait, no,
Do it!
What does it say?
okay,
Help us fight the
51.
beholder!
50, okay,
Rated.
Woo!
so 51 plus
You're just watching our druid nuke someone from orbit.
Ranger, yeah.
Ranger.
Sorry,
So-
the druid.
That's
Druid
it.
did nothing.
The druid is having a rough time.
So
I just said
50,
happy
60,
birthday.
70, 80.
That was pretty good though. I hope you enjoyed
Hey,
that.
That was
Kelly?
really good.
95.
95?
Damage?
95 damage.
Jesus
Holy
Christ!
shit.
Oh, and it's gonna be
Bayless
it's gonna be 1 damage per round until it's extinguished as well.
So that's going to be... Jesus.
Did I nuke it from orbit?
So it was at 102, and that was 90?
That was 95.
How hurt does it look?
It is very hurt. In fact, 2 of its stalks are going to be limp at its side, and it's going to reel back in horror from that impact. And
Those were 3 good hits.
No kidding.
nope, that was a duplicate.
Holy shit.
Uh,
I'm a little worried about Xeno just in general now. So
Zeno, I need you to do me a favor, buddy.
Is that a deck save?
That is a deck save.
I'm not surprised. All right. So that's gonna be, I think I pass.
Okay.
That's gonna be a 24.
Thank God. Because you will dodge out of the way of his death ray.
You know, that's a valid
No,
reaction.
it's actually called death ray.
Yeah.
Is it like an insta kill?
No.
Well, possibly for
You
you,
have to do a
yes.
deck save or take
Yep.
10d10 necrotic damage.
Yeah, so,
So
yeah.
he didn't drop a stalactite on it. He shot it with 3 arrows.
Yes.
Yeah, no, but also Hail of Thorns,
Yeah.
and also just being a dick Gloomstalker.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
basically.
too.
Like,
And
like
also,
oof.
you know this wasn't the first round of combat, right? This was the second round.
It was my first round, though.
Is it only on your first round that it was off?
My first round of combat.
That's insane.
That's ridiculous.
Jesus.
Oh, it's because you dropped to your knees.
Yeah,
right?
because I didn't do combat last round.
Okay.
Which,
All right.
and thank you on
be
all the
fair.
compliments on the stream setup, background, etc.
Thank you
Thank
so much, guys. Please like, subscribe, smash that bell. And
Go check out our other video from like last weekend. That was
Oh,
Curse
yeah.
of Strahd because that looked so much
our
cooler.
Curse of Strahd game was amazing.
We actually costumed and it was really, really cool.
Yeah.
Go check it out.
We would do that with this one, but it'd be a lot of body paint for these people.
Yeah.
And,
And they don't have any armor
It's
pieces,
not
so.
easy being green.
And you just don't have time after work.
All right.
Wednesday to
So,
do that.
at that point, Nico, the swashbuckler, is going to shake off the hit with that, thanks to that haste, and is going to take another swing.
Hoping we get some respect after that hit.
And he is going to. Oh, wait, he has advantage on this. Because
My damage, folks.
That's disgusting.
Horrifying.
he is going to surge forward and do a solid hit into this thing's back, stabbing his saber deep. His dagger, however, will
I
miss.
figure out the thing I could use that would
At
deal
which
the most
point
damage.
he needs to make a save, and that is a Constitution save, which his Constitution is, I'm running way too many characters, is not enough. So let's roll 88 again. All right. So as he stabs the beholder in the back, it's going to twist one of its stalks around and fire a bolt of energy, withering energy, and you're going to see the very life start to suck out of his cheeks and eyes as he starts to go hollow as necrotic energy courses through his veins. He's going to stumble back a bit from the enervation, gasping, and Mars, it's your go.
Oh heck. Okay, so is it in between me and Nico?
It is in between you and Nico, yes.
So my sneak attack will still work.
It will still work.
Okay, cool. How many of these stocks does it have now active?
5. Oh, sorry, no. I keep thinking it has 8. It has 10. So it has. I said 2 are down,
Yeah,
right?
so
8. Number 1 and 2 are no longer available, which is good because those are the ones I like the least.
And it still has a big ugly eye.
I will say, to give you a hint, it is very bloodied right now. It is very near death and is looking frightened.
Cool. Yeah, sneak attack. I'm just gonna keep on like
Okay.
thrashing at its.
So go ahead. You will be. So you have sneak attack on this.
Can you use this just for a second? Yeet. Sure can.
We're gonna yeet this thing into orbit.
Yeet this thing into orbit. Yeah.
Oh, look at all of our viewers!
That's so cool.
Yes.
Oh!
Thank you for the raid.
I feel so proud.
I got a 16 and 15 on that, and then add my 7.
Okay, those are both gonna be hits.
Jeez. Okay.
Jesus.
We might just come out of this.
You might be able to kill it.
I kind of feel like
My-
the next convention we go to, we should keep an eye out for like fake armor makers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And start picking up some
definitely.
pieces.
There is a panel, so we're going to be down at Emerald City Comic Con in a couple of weeks, and I guess 2 months now.
Yeah. I mean, we're-
and there
we're not-
is a I can't believe it's not metal workshop.
Yeah. We're,
Well, that's
we're
where
not there as
phone comes
panelists
in.
ourselves. We're just visiting.
That would be cool.
Yeah. No, we could.
What if you spot us there? Say
So my
hi.
dagger did 3.
Okay.
Don't you add anything to that?
That is.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Daggers aren't
But
that powerful.
the
generally, so-
rapier, yeah.
Yeah.
The rapier did
But it's your magic one,
6.
isn't it? So it does like the little bonus or something.
2.
Nice. But still, that's
6,
great when it has like resistance and stuff.
10, 18, and then I add the dexterity from that only to that, not to both.
Yeah, just that one.
So 18 and 4. 22.
22.
That's pretty good
Fantastic.
still.
Can you do me a favor and roll 2d10s and tell me what you get? Or pardon me, 2d8s and tell me what you get?
That's fantastic.
Oh, and Kelly, that would be +2 damage as well because the other guy's attack and her attack.
4.
It's until it's extinguished.
It's every
Round.
What's not a new? It's
Oh,
not every
oh
turn.
yeah. Every.
It's 4.
4. 4 and
That was the total of the 2d8s.
what are the 2d8 numbers?
3 and a 1.
3 and 1.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Uh-oh.
Yikes.
It's getting mad
and
and scared.
Just now I'm being teleported to another realm. See you guys.
Goodbye. Say hi to
so
them.
you are
Yeah, I
going
was
to
gonna
rush forward, and with a stab of your dagger, you're going to pop one of its eye stalks. The viscous fluid is just going to explode all over your face, and your dagger swipe is actually going to cut one completely off as it turns to lurch at you.
Nice.
And it is going to stumble to the ground, kind of like half floating off the ground, kind of. "Oh, mercy, mercy, mercy! Do not kill us on our birthday!" It is Mona's turn. Mona is going to keep doing, or Nona's going to keep doing what she's. I wrote an M, so I'm like, damn it.
I mean,
Nona-
I wouldn't put it past her, dude.
Nona's going to keep doing what she's doing. Malia. It raises its stalks in surrender. Well, it raises set 6 of them. Since 2 of them are on the floor and 2 of them are crippled.
Insight. What do I know about beholders?
You roll me insight.
Sack of shit.
19.
19. Beholders are usually. Oh God, you know very little about beholders, but with a 19, they value self-preservation very highly. They're very paranoid, and they're very treacherous.
Okay.
But at the same point, it appears to be surrendering. It appears to be panicked.
But it's probably going to try and come up behind us and kill us all. Later.
I mean, it may come back to get you later, but you're lawful good.
Yeah.
Meh. Up to you. What do you do?
I won't do anything. Done.
Do you say anything?
You better not be lying.
No. Truth. Tia, it's your turn.
This thing is bad news for everyone. This is just gonna cause more chaos if we let it go.
Yes.
So, is it currently doing its like eye thing to?
Matt,
It's not looking at me though. I don't think is it.
No, it would have turned to look at Malia and the rogues, and it slinked
Yeah.
back. So it's probably right about. It's kind of
Okay.
Right about here, but it can't be on top of the ball because of
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
So it's right about there.
So I was gonna acid arrow it.
Okay.
Mel's acid arrow. And so I need it to do a.
That's why you gotta be neutral evil all the time, folks.
Oh, yeah, I need
active
to.
chat today.
Yep.
It
It
range
preempted
spells
my
against
awesome
target.
move I wanted to
Yeah,
do.
okay, so I need to do a
frustrating
ranged
as hell.
spell attack.
I think I'm about as chaotic good as they get.
No, I'm technically lawful good, so it's like.
Is it? Yeah. I think I missed. Ranged spell attack. What do I add to that? I add to. Oh, it's 11, but it's also kind of on the ground. Do I have advantage on it? Because it's prone on the ground and I'm within
It's
its
not
range?
prone. It's kind of like half floating, but.
But it's like.
It's a creature that floats.
No?
Yeah, you don't have advantage.
Okay.
You can spend your inspiration.
I spent it already.
Oh.
Yeah. That's 11.
All right, so you're gonna take a swipe at it.
I'm trying to shoot it with my Melf's acid arrow.
Okay, so wait, so it has
With
6.
my magic.
Okay, so All right, make me a wisdom save.
Okay, not that dice. It's betrayed me.
It is. Your dice are hating you these games.
It's been really, really frustrating for several games.
I say instead of not doing anything, that I hold until it does an action against us.
Mm-hmm.
Or something like that.
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, you're preparing an action?
So you're just readying.
Ready
right?
action.
You're-
So you have to.
So you have to specify. So what is it? Just to hit it?
No, I'll be spending a 4th level spell slot to cast Inflict Wounds. Well, I'll have to run up and touch it because now that it's moved.
Okay.
Okay.
But
So
That's what I'm
that
gonna
would be
do.
your action. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Once it tries to hurt us. Okay. So.
I mean, that sounds pretty dope.
You said wisdom saving throw?
Yeah.
17.
17. All right. So you will fire a bolt at it, which
Well-
will fly over its head, and it is
It's just
going
ridiculous
to.
considering how big it is.
It's true. It's going to pivot one of its stalks around, and you will see a whoop, 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 whoop kind of strike you, and nothing's going to happen. Peace. And
No.
what do you do?
I just won't do anything.
Okay.
I mean, it did try to do something to me.
Yeah, but you hit it first.
That's true.
It's going to float backwards and kind of go toward this corner with its action.
I am a cleric of a lawful good entity.
Yeah, but you're not breaking any laws by killing it.
Yeah, but it's asked for mercy. It's surrendered.
Is that going?
It's the law of fighting.
Super true.
I will remember this. I will remember this for a long time.
Yes, and remember that I stopped.
You work for them.
Who?
The ones who killed Mother.
No.
What?
Who?
No.
You smell like dragons.
Oh.
Ah.
Oh, okay.
We met once. But it looks like the evil ones came here. We've
Was
seen
it a
evidence
red
all the way
dragon?
through.
Dragons are evil.
We will happily take out any red dragon that comes across our path. If we don't die first.
I wish for a red dragon as a birthday present.
If we ever come across one, I will bring you one back.
We will remember this. And please succeed.
And it is going to point its last stalk at itself and just kind of turn and point the stalk at its face and is going to... I'd like everybody here to make me a an Arcana roll.
Hey, I rolled a 4.
Oh my god.
18.
That's an 8
you
total.
I got a 1, but
A
then
one?
it'll be
12.
It disintegrates itself.
Ah!
My birthday present.
What'd you get?
18.
18?
12.
With your 18, you will recognize the teleportation spell.
Alright.
In fact, you will recognize the that it is probably Dimension Door, that it just, or a variation of it. There is a little pinprick of energy that swirls behind it for a second and sucks it in. To the rest of you, it looks like it disintegrates itself. And
Well, we better hope we're not coming up against that again.
We need to go. We're not
Yeah.
wasting enough time here.
Let's get out of here.
Let's go.
all right, and as you begin to run off, you are going to hear rumbling sweeping through here as the final goes into the amphora, and Nona will put an arcanely inscribed cork into the amphora. The room no longer glows with intense magical energy and is now just
A room?
a room. Dust begins to fall from the ceiling. The ancient magics that held this temple together begin to fail.
Do you guys have a way out?
Run.
Yeah, a little quicker than the one that you came through.
Awesome.
Truces are truces.
Yep.
What?
Let's get out of here.
All right, and with that, they will rush ahead of you, running down the stairwell. They immediately burst off toward the left down that corridor.
I'm just gonna follow them.
Punching through the door, they will go down the hallway. And hold on 1 second, I'll just show you the way that you go on the map because it makes life way easier for me. All right. So, punching down from the goddess chamber, there we go. You will run down the stairwell through the sacrificial room, down to the room with the bisected doors, past, and then down a series of winding hallways, including a large room that appeared to be some type of mess hall where a camp had been made for several days from the looks of it. They go around through a sequence of rooms and pop out the side door that the bubble room.
The bubble room.
The bubbles are still floating in the air, and as you pop through, you will see... Ooh, actually, 1 sec. I just want to see...
Another beholder pops up.
No.
Please no.
As you rush through, you will see that a couple of illusions are going to pop into the room. And one of them is going to be a pair of young human children dressed in ragged clothes. A man kneels next to them, places a hand on the girl's shoulder and the boy's shoulder. Don't worry. We'll get everything back. We'll get everything that we're owed. That echoes in front of you as Nona and Nico rush through, popping the illusion. Everything we deserve. Everything we're owed echoes in the air. As they rush through the side room with the dilapidated fountain, large stone blocks begin to fall. You all make it out, catching your breath in that cavern before the hole down to the Underdark. What do you do?
We need to go.
Yep.
We don't
have a whole lot of time.
we don't know how long we waste. We've already wasted so much time.
Where are you going now? Cadamus says, looking up at you.
Back up to the temple.
I mean, after that.
Not sure yet.
I don't know.
Guess we'll figure that out after we finish up here.
Yeah, depending on our friend's recovery.
Your friend, the dragon.
Dragon.
Dragons shouldn't be trusted. Where are you going after that? North?
Dispel magic.
Okay. With that, he'll blink and his eyes will come back into focus. What?
What was that?
I think that was
Where the hell are
holder
we?
had it.
Oh.
Where are we?
We're on the way out. I think the holder held you.
Did we kill it?
No,
It
we
got
got
him.
away.
Almost killed it.
I don't like that at all. Did I do anything stupid? Did I say anything stupid?
You asked us some weird questions, but
Did you...
She dealt with you.
Like, what kind of weird did I... Was it, like, sexy weird, or was it...
no, like just like stuff that you wouldn't know about necessarily weird.
No.
Or things that I don't think you'd ask.
True. Yeah.
A bunch of shit I don't care about?
Yeah.
Well, let's go.
We gotta
Yeah.
go.
We don't have time. Come on.
All right. And with that, the two parties will make their way back through the mines and up to the surface. And as you breach the surface, daylight shines down on you. It's midday the following day.
Oh.
Fresh air washes over you for the first time in, God, what feels like years. The five of you with Cadamus and the five of them look at each other So what name did you end up picking? Nona says. Wanderlust, she waves at her party.
Ah,
Oh,
Right.
nothing ventured.
Huh. I feel like I used to have their trading card. Be sure to pose for a portrait when that happens. We're on our way there.
Send us one when you get it.
You're looking good, little sister. Cousin, I don't know. What do you want me to call you? Baby girl, you're looking cute.
Come on.
Well, good fighting a
Go.
beholder with you.
Good, let's not do it again.
Agreed.
This will
Agreed.
always be the day that we almost killed a beholder.
Yeah.
On its birthday.
And the day that we chose not to kill each other.
Good. Now, if you excuse us, we have a delivery to make.
Yes.
So
Good
Let's
luck
go.
with your dragon.
And
Thank
good
you.
luck with your delivery. Pew!
And you'll both kind of do the stare at each other, walk backwards.
Yeah, like
bye.
watching you guys, and now off we go.
All
Let's
right.
go. Save Fera and Timidius.
So as you approach the main temple, you can see the outline of the only person that can help you. He brushes his hair behind his ear, yawns dramatically, and adjusts his purple robes. Shirthus, the priest of Zalos, steps out from the shadows in front of the temple and approaches you. My friends! My friends!
Hello.
So, did you bring me my toy?
Yes.
Your friends are sleeping fitfully, but they appear to still be alive. Just in time. You were down there for quite some time.
I know.
We ran into some unexpected things.
You're not dead, though.
No.
That's a plus. None of you were dead.
I mean, I'm permanently half dead.
You even picked up an extra dwarf. Hello. Who's this asshole?
Yeah.
Hopefully the one that'll help our friends.
He holds a gloved hand out and snaps twice.
You got it.
That. Quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know the spell Greater Restoration?
Yep. Yep, I do.
Would you be able to use that on me, please? I had a golem, kill me. Twice.
Basically, yes. But we got you
And
something
now
very cool.
I'm, super not feeling well. And then I shot myself. That was great.
I would have paid to see that. Sure. Tell you what. 500 gold? It costs 500 gold to cast. I need 500 gold pieces worth of diamond dust to cast that, you loon. I'm not going to do it out of the generosity of my own heart. This is a mercantile transaction.
A mercantile transaction?
Do you have the Tears of Yshar?
Yes.
Yes.
Great. Where?
In my pocket?
Can I see? Do you want to know how to heal your friend?
Yes.
Great, where's the other one?
That's all that there was.
The other what? Other tier? Or the other thing that you asked for?
No, the other thing that you asked for. Did you hand it to him?
Is that-
Yeah.
Okay, cool. He's just
He already has the scepter in
he's
his hand.
fiddling with it in
Okay.
his hands and kind of just spinning it around his fingers.
That seems interesting, for sure. You'll probably get a lot of fun out of that.
Maybe. This is interesting. He kind of flips it a couple times, tossing it up in the air like a baton.
Mm-hmm.
So, ancient relic of a dead god.
That apparently opens doors to other realms.
Interesting. He breaks it over his knee. Yep, now it's dead.
Why did you want?
Fuck other gods.
Okay, cool.
He throws it in his backpack, and you can see the magic die as he does so.
Oh my god.
Cool.
And
All right.
as he throws it in the backpack will shudder for a moment and go, and then you'll hear, burp.
Oh my god.
Is it a bag of devouring?
Wink.
Christ. Bela.
Tears of Yshar.
Alright.
You've got enough here to cure one of them.
Of course.
Gotta be Fera.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
The other guy's big. He might survive.
He's also old.
Here's the question. Do you help your friend? Or do you save probably the oldest gold dragon alive?
Or the one who has all her life ahead of her still.
Your call. 500 gold?
Oy
How much
vey.
do you have?
Platinum's worth 10 each?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have 500 gold.
Okay. Do you have 100?
I have like 250.
Okay.
Wait.
And
Will
there's-
you accept 100 and this lovely pearl that's worth 400? Lovely, huge, black, oblong pearl.
Ooh, black. Yeah, you know what? Sure. What else did you pick up?
I found a shield guardian stone.
I don't need a shield guardian. They're too clunky.
No, it's the blue stone part.
Oh, that's nice. You can make... Was there a... I heard stories of a mirror.
We didn't
That-
touch that. Still down there.
You didn't
we
ask
cleared the
for a
way.
mirror.
It was big. I didn't want you to have to carry it. You were in a hurry. Your friend's going to die.
Mirror probably
Come
works
on.
Still down
worked
there.
against the beholder.
It's what?
You mean there? And he's going to gesture back. And I want everyone to make me a perception roll now. Because you were a little worried.
14.
17.
Glancing backward,
19.
19. Keep going.
the town of Onion is half collapsed into the ground.
Oh no.
Well, shit.
I'm gonna not tell them that was you, but...
It was totally the other group.
It was actually.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they were the ones that
It
took
was
the
that
magic
weird-
out.
Oh, you ran into your sister. Wink, wink. All right. Pearl
And
Flip.
and the gold. And he will go to put them in his bag of devouring. Put them in the other bag.
How often do you do that?
A lot.
Whenever it's funny.
That's fair.
Okay, okay, okay.
Humana. And he's just going to snap his fingers twice and flick you in the nose. And
Do you feel better?
it's like he flicks the evil out of you when he does that. And you're just suddenly, you're back to normal.
Nice.
So,
Yes,
so-
I do feel much better, actually.
Good. Okay.
Thank you. So how do we...
Apply directly to the forehead.
Okay.
Okay.
Here's
Pour it
Yshar.
on
Apply directly to the forehead.
Like.
Apply
Okay.
directly to the forehead.
Okay.
Let's go.
Alright.
He had, did he,
Thank
did he-
you.
Was he holding it at any point? Did he hand
Yeah,
it
he's
back?
still holding it.
Can we have it? The tears.
Sure.
Thank you.
Let's hand it
Oh,
back.
do you want to be like...
He pauses for a second, thinking about something. Sure. So, as you get the tears back,
Tuck
you're
it
going
back
to rush
in.
inside.
Yes.
Okay. So now, what I
But
need.
Malia will very sincerely tell him thank you.
Yes.
You're very welcome. Tell old blustery that I say hi.
Maybe when it won't get me in trouble.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's it like to not be in trouble? He calls back after you as you run into the temple.
Unfamiliar.
Oh.
Honestly.
Let's go.
So as you rush inside, the temple looms in shadow in front of you.
It's been weird not having Fera with us.
I know. I hope this works quickly.
Is all of the smell of like the lingering incense completely gone now?
It seems to be mostly gone. You can smell wood fire smoke from where they've tried to kind of burn the smell out of the air. And you can hear the of Timidius, the ancient gold dragon, as he shudders and breathes on the pile of gold in the center of the room. As you approach, the head priest steps out. Oh, thank the gods you're back. Do you have the remedy?
We have one remedy.
Excellent. Give it to me and I'll apply it to Master Timidius.
Can he then heal our friend?
I don't know. I see.
We fought by her side for months. He seemed quite pleased to find a young one of his people.
She still has thousands of years ahead of her.
Make me a persuasion roll.
Can I help with that?
Yeah, you can do so. Oh, hold on. The
yeah.
way that it works is go ahead and do it with advantage because of Mike's roleplaying.
Okay.
And Fera's cute. So.
You have to have.
Nat 20!
Did you get a nat 20?
Yes.
A nat 20 and an 18.
Can confirm.
He will look at you sadly. Like, with the eyes of someone who's been told that, his father didn't make the surgery, but he was an organ donor. If it must happen. He is very strong, perhaps. Perhaps he can. And he'll step aside and allow you to go in. You will see Fera laying next to this immense golden dragon.
Okay. He is gonna go up next to her and apply to forehead.
And just kind of like.
Her body will glimmer with blue light for
And
a
just
moment.
gently stroke her hair and
Okay.
kind of just sit next to her.
Can you do me a favor? Make me a reflex save.
Okay, it's gonna be explosive, probably. Or
She turns into a
I
dragon.
rolled a 1.
Cool. You are going to take
Kill me, please.
2 points of non-lethal damage.
Okay.
As you
Yeah.
touch her forehead, she shimmers with blue light, and then suddenly something smacks you across the face as she rolls over and her tail strikes you. No, it's 5 more minutes. It's just, it's comfy, and she nuzzles into the pile of gold.
Oh, good.
This is really comfy.
Is there any last drops in the vial at all?
Yeah, maybe a drop or two.
Try it.
I'm gonna try applying it to Timidius, and maybe it'll help him fight it off.
Yeah.
Okay.
The vial.
What's your favorite color?
Purple.
Okay, I will roll the purple dice for him then.
Alright, guys, cross your fingers for him.
Okay.
Bela? Nern?
Meh.
Okay.
One of you?
Like, sup, girls?
Even if it gives him a slight advantage, perhaps.
He trembles beneath the touch of the dew that drips from the vial and coughs. It sounds like a thunderclap in this temple, this which was once one of the antechambers, a balcony atop the temple of Yshar. Looking up, you can see in the ruins where people could have stargazed from here, through a glassy roof that has since been patched over with metal and stone. The gold beneath your feet that you climbed up to reach Timidius begins to tremble. It begins to undulate beneath you, the gold coins moving in waves, as if they were water. His entire body shudders, like in the throes of a tremor, of a seizure. And he begins to shrink. The coins flood inward to a central point. Fera on the outside rolls clear, wakes up, and rubs her eyes. What'd I miss?
You're awake.
Where's Timidius? And as you look back, he has been completely swallowed by the mound of gold.
Well, I guess I'm right in there with him, so... Am I getting swallowed?
I'm assuming you're going to move out of the way.
Okay.
I wasn't going to make you a save for this because it's dramatic.
Okay.
So you'll be able to step out of the way. And do you go back up the pile?
I'll try to, yeah.
It's much smaller. Only a few million gold coins here. That's better. As you stand at the top of the mound, there will be a slight tremble beneath your feet. And a tan hand reaches out.
I will grab it and help.
The veins are blue through the almost bronze skin, and you will pull a man who is just a bit under 6 foot tall, with long, long ears, twice the length of an elf, and a pair of horns ringing around the back of his, ringing around from the front of his scalp to the back over them. Will shakily be pulled out of the pile.
Timidius?
He sneezes violently at his hip. Oh.
How old does he look?
He looks like Ian McKellen.
Oh, okay.
So,
So yes.
Old.
he looks like he's in his 80s.
I guess.
Oh, you got taller.
Oh, I think you got a lot smaller.
Yeah.
You're in a more humanoid form?
Oh, it's easier to
Fera.
heal like this.
Oh, thank God.
In the shell form.
You gonna be able to switch back?
Okay. Shell form?
Like Fera.
I'll
Yes, like,
Hello.
bring him
Hear
closer
this.
to where they are.
Because I'm definitely still with Fera.
like the girl
Yeah,
is.
but like we can see this probably.
I think so.
The rest of us, the greater dragons can do this. But she's still a child. She will not be able to ever transform.
What?
Why not?
Yeah. Because of the actions of our parents, her parents, and all those who came before. My shell form is easier to heal, but largely vanity. For I was created after the fall. You, he looks down at Fera, as an elder dragon. You are locked in the form to which you were born. It's the curse of betrayal.
Like what we saw below.
Ah, yes, the Temple of Yshar.
That
I
we were
know.
told that's all we could do. We brought back the tears.
I know something about that temple.
And we found these red dragon scales.
I pulled them out of my pocket. I stashed them all. I got red dragon scales, black dragon scales, and bronze dragon scales.
The red scales.
Yes.
The great worm.
Yes, the great worm.
From the ground, you can hear Fera. Great worm.
The great worm.
That's what we found down there.
Kellen Zarnak.
Yeah, that one.
I'll put them back in my...
She makes a sign that you don't recognize over herself, like a prayer.
It looks like they rampaged that temple and they destroyed everything.
Including the goddess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Luckily, there was enough. There was enough tears for a dose on Fera, and there was enough drops that it seems to have given you an edge.
I'm still very weak.
And he will sit down very weakly, very timidly, his limbs trembling.
Is there anything else we can do that will help you through with this?
I must stay here and make sure. I dreamt and saw what happened with the town. I must make sure that my people are safe. Thankfully, I do have a bit of savings.
He gently pats the 1,000,000 coins.
Nervous laughter.
Yes. Yes, you deserve compensation. Is there anything I can do for you?
I mean, I mostly would just like rest and healing.
Yeah.
What happened? Fera says.
You inhaled dragon nettle. You were dying.
No. She looks at Timidius. The war.
Oh.
What happened? How many of them? How many survived?
Many dragons survived the war. They were our progenitors.
And how many?
One. They now call him the orphan.
We won.
At some cost, yes. Let's get you healed up. After that, I can give you money for traveling. But I'm afraid that I can do not much more than that and some conversation. I did not notice before in my illness, but I have no wish to spend time with you while you're traveling with one of them.
He locks his eyes on you, Zeno.
Yeah, that reputation seems to follow me nowadays. I'm kind of going against what my family wants me to do now.
Your family is... Perhaps that is better. You do not follow in the footsteps of those infanticiding monsters.
Well, I mean, if you did, we wouldn't have been traveling with Fera.
It is super true.
Or we'd
You are
already
the
killed him.
grandchild of the right wing.
What did my family do?
I don't know, but
Killed
Marissa, apparently.
dragons.
I know that. They actually sent me after a red dragon, which is why I left home anyways.
Ask me how old the dragon that your grandfather slayed was.
How old was it?
50.
Fera, how old were you when you were put in stasis?
About 200?
50 is a very young dragon.
It was a baby.
Still, a kill is a kill. Oh, great warriors.
Stories I've heard were much more grandiose.
I'm sure.
Lies often are.
Yeah, that's what I'm beginning to learn about my family. I didn't even know we had been exiled until recently. Apparently we were.
Pity.
I don't actually know anything about my family anymore.
Travel longer, you'll learn.
I plan to. Every turn, I've been more disappointed with my heritage.
I know the
Maybe it's
feeling.
less of a them disowning you and more of a you disowning them.
I think that split happened when I helped save that white dragon.
Yeah. Now we just need to teach you how to not spend money like water.
Yeah, I do that.
All right, and with that, he is going to slump back down, and his temple aides are going to attend to him. I will see you before you depart.
Please.
Come with me.
Rest well.
Who is the war against?
Farah will look at you
I
as
mean,
you're being escorted
Sounds
out.
like it was the old gods.
Was it?
Well, I mean,
I mean, that's what it sounds like, but was it?
She will nod. And we killed them.
Huh.
All.
Huh.
But the child.
Huh.
And we're going to call game there for the night.
Sounds fair.
all right.
All right.
Dang.
So thank you very much for tuning into Generic Fantasy Setting number 17735. Boom, we got some major plot drops there. And
That was
Farah's
deep.
back in the party.
And Tia's in shock.
And Tia's in shock. Yeah, Deicide is great. So this has been a long-standing seeded plot, so hopefully you've been enjoying that. It gets even worse, I promise.
Yay.
Thank you for tuning in. We have a bunch of stuff coming up. Hopefully you'll tune into that as well. On top of what's happening. So we've got Strahd in Saturday after next. On Friday we're meeting
Saturday.
Not this Saturday, it's the next one. It's
next
every
Saturday
other
is
Saturday.
Strahd, and then we're getting ready to start up our Werewolf Chronicle. Which is going to be great. There's just so much stuff coming out of this channel. I don't have time to edit it. It's great. I need an editor.
Don't we have something on Monday?
The star.
Yes, we
Is it
have.
Magical Girl on Monday?
Yeah, we have Magical Girls again on Monday. So come watch us playtest Girl by Moonlight. And we're doing a Space Mecha one. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I'm in it.
One this time.
Yeah, the chat still thinks they should have shanked Timidius and robbed him.
Why? Timidius is a nice guy.
Hey, I'm curious to learn more about my family.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Laura's
I wanna
worth
know
its
about
weight
your
in
family.
gold. Plus,
I
that
wanna
town's
know
going to
about
need
your
about $1
family.
million gold to rebuild itself.
Yeah,
They'll
honestly.
be fine. They'll be
It's fine.
Also, that is not our fault.
No.
That is not us. That was Wanderlust. We didn't know
Yeah,
that them doing that was
absolutely.
going to be there.
It was
going to happen.
Wanderlust.
And you guys did. You did probably save Timidius with role playing, so good job.
Oh, yay.
Yay!
Because I was fine just killing him off.
Oh.
I was like, I should at least try.
Yeah.
And then I could say, look, I tried.
I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
Is there
All
All right, you guys have a good time tonight?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
That was super deep.
off screen, Tia's gonna give Fera a huge, giant, enormous hug of hugs and squish.
I'm assuming that's
Like, there's going to be a group one done.
Yeah.
You start it, and then the rest of us
Hugs
will
all
go
around.
on too.
As the group hugs, we fade off, and just a quick thing: when you guys head out, which way are you headed after this? Just headed north toward Edagon the Wise.
Might as well keep going, yeah.
You're gonna get there pretty soon, especially because you guys are officially now level 8.
I'm gonna level next game.
Level next
Do
game.
not
I don't got
forget.
time tonight.
I want to go home.
I get Divine Strike now!
I don't know what I get. I'm gonna find out.
All right. Good night, everybody. We will see you.
And ability score raise.
We will see you next time.
Yes!
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.